like I had the lotto. I'm coming through like 100 doing this 1 or 2s. You don't know if the smoke from the gun I told, from the blunt I blew. Got them sick as the flu, but this shit be humming too. Got your chicken in here and she think it's the tension in here. When the enemy near, what the you wanna do? I'm a G.
Yo, what is the deal? We back in the building. I see the notifications going out. That's always good. Welcome to the No Pick Show, where there's no hand holding. We do facts on emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'm here with my dog, Jesse Davis. How you doing, brother?
I'm cooling, dog. I'm cool and ready for another fantastic episode. Get the people what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? The best in the business. We got to show up and show out as always. Shout out to the homie Michael Morgan, blessing our game early with the 2-piece. Appreciate you, bro. Shaq Zilla in the building. What's happening with your big dog? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all violate that like button as you come on in. I be hearing the dude Hassan Campbell say that. It always sounds crazy, but I'm going to steal it. Don't cost you nothing to press that button. What's up with your Fist of the Black Stuff? Savage, what's the deal, man? Shout out to everybody. Yo, and make sure y'all go tap in with Pels in the Blender. Subscribe, hit that bell notification. Very important you hit the bell notification because YouTube don't always notify people. You understand me? So say we need Zion taking 16 to 20 shots a game. His field goal percentage is way too good to take anything less. Look, we about to talk about it. Very, very like, hey, you right on point. Right on point with this comment. Like right on point. So we're gonna talk about it. I think as always, shout out to Mark Woods in the building. What up, Mark? As always, we got to start with the big man on campus. We got to start with Zion Williamson.
Yeah,
the best player on the Pelicans, former number 1 overall draft pick, incredibly talented. The returns have been, mixed, to put it kindly. So, what's the best case scenario in your opinion for Zion Williamson going into this year? And he seems to be taking the offseason very seriously, but boards don't hit back. What are you anticipating from Zion this year as he looks to get that contract extension?
Bro, like, to be honest, Z gotta look he gotta have a Jaylen Brown from last year type season.
Oh yeah, Jaylen was wilding out. Shout out to Jaylen. Jaylen balling.
Nah, and this is why I use Jaylen Brown specifically.
That's a great example.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown, he had made an All-NBA team before, like history of success, obviously with Boston, had never played without his running mate Tatum up to that point. And when going into that season, nobody thought, if you remember the projections for the Boston team, well, it was good, people. If you remember the projections for that Boston team, people did not pick Boston to do much of anything. You know what I mean?
I was hating on Boston. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, bro.
I thought it was over.
Like, listen, and they started off slow last year. Remember, they got their first win against us, 0-3.
Yeah, when they played the Pelicans. Shout out to Willie Green, man.
Yeah, for sure. Making sure they got right. But Jaylen Brown, realistically, bro, took his game to another level, in my opinion, last season. Put that team on his back. I don't fuck with nobody said when they want to talk about like analytically, he's not this and they were better than that. If you remove Jaylen Brown from that team last year, that team is absolutely nothing. So anybody that want to say last year's Celtic team was better without Jaylen Brown is just insane of something. Like, it's this insane comment to make. Fuck what the numbers tell you, right? So I think Zion gotta have a Jaylen Brown type year, right? Like career high in scoring, doing it defensively, 65 plus games, damn near 70 games. You need to look like a at worst, and this is the best case scenario, he need to look like a second All-NBA team kind of guy.
I think that's an awesome comparison. Another guy I would even use is like a Cade Cunningham. Yep. Now, of course, Cade had an incredible running mate, and we're gonna talk about Zion's running mate in this episode as well. But I think again, with Zion's level of efficiency and the things he's rumored to be working on and adding to his game, at this point, there's really no excuse for him not to kind of grab the bull by the horns and seize the organization. They have incredible belief in him. Would like to see a little more shooting, surrounding that type of player, but you do got a guy like Bryce McGowan who shot 40%. Herb has shot 40% at one time. DeJounte seems to be a solid catch and shoot shooter. We already know with Sadiq Bey and Trey Murphy are capable of from behind the arc, and even Jeremiah Fizz' shot had improved as the season progressed. Well, what up, Dakari? Man, shout out to everybody in the building. We appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Yeah, so there's things of that nature, and now one of the positives is that he got to the free throw line last year, and it was noticeable that it was falling significantly better, especially earlier in the season. Finished the season 71%. That's actually a career high. It's 716. The second career high, his final All-Star year was 714. So he got a career high there. Only 7 attempts. We all know Zion should be shooting no less than 9 attempts at the free throw line, but
minimum.
Doesn't get a great whistle. So we can get those free throw attempts back up to, let's say, 18. Get them up to roughly 18. 20 would be ideal, but let's just say 18. I think there's a world where Zion could average upwards of 28 points, just in my opinion. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you.
Do you think he needs to average let's say 30? Do you think he needs to average 30 for this team to be successful?
I don't think he needs to average 30, but you should want to average 30.
Okay.
You should want to look. Zion's a humble guy on the forefront. He's a real cool guy, like cool, humble brother. But behind the scenes, Zion think he the shit. Behind the scenes, Zion think he a bad motherfucker. So it's like, hey, we might agree with you, homie, but you gotta show and prove. So I think it's time to stop with the selflessness. He's a selfless guy. It's time to stop with that. It's time to be like, man, look, this is what we doing. I'm kicking down doors. Y'all just follow me. This is my shit. And I think, I hope Jamal Moses can help aid him in that, because that's not necessarily his on-court personality. But I don't think he has to average 30. I think he should want to. I think he should want to average 35. 100%. I think he should want to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he should want to go hard.
I think based on the team around him, if he has like a complete what's good by you, Sniper Duck? If he has like a complete game, you know what I mean? Like some 28, 8 and 8 type, 28.
I'm sorry.
9
I'm
and
sorry,
7.
We spoke about it before, not on this episode, but we spoke about it before. But we'll double back and talk about the Ben Mathurin rumors as well.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man. I apologize.
Nah, you good. That ain't no issue. Just looking at like when you pull up some of the numbers and whatnot, this can't be right though. Cade only averaged 24. Well, it was 24, and I'm looking at averages of players last season and whatnot. Look, Cade averaged 24, 10, and 5, which again he a good bit of help on that team. Jaylen Brown averaged 28, 7, and 5. So I'm looking at like what kind of numbers does he need to average? And it's the thing, it's not necessarily about the numbers, it's about the impact and when you're getting your scoring and whatnot.
Right. Like if you're dropping 12 points in the fourth quarter, that's like, yo,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? You balling.
Yes.
Right?
I think honestly, most of Z scoring need to come first quarter, set the tone, right? Fourth quarter, obviously, you need to be a good fourth quarter player. And I think it needs to a degree, it needs to be in that third quarter too. Now, obviously,
I agree with the third quarter. Yeah.
Just historically, when we look at this team, all of the areas that they've struggled in is starting the games. And he needs to make an emphasis of like, listen, we're not getting off to these slow starts. So starting the game, I would like for him to start out strong. We struggle coming out of the gates in the second half. Third quarters, like, like be impactful in the third quarters. And then the fourth quarter, obviously, when it's money time, you know what I mean? People need you. I was watching a couple Knicks games today. And though, the thing about Brunson that make Brunson like cold, bro.
What's that?
Brunson really, like, whenever the team need him to go like be the guy, that's it. Like he can have moments where he chilling and let the team do whatever, but when it starts feeling like a team going on a run, that's what all your great players do. So that's what I'm expecting for Zion and what he needs to do in order for this team to have like maximum success. He needs to be, we struggling, okay, look, boom, give it to me, I could get a bucket. They on a run, we just need to stay afloat, run stopper. You know what I'm like? if he can do those things, bro, I think that's got to be the start for them to be the best versions of themselves. You muted.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, bro. I think shout out to Pimp the Goat. They talking about Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is he's not a free agent, but I do think they should have some interest in Jalen Smith from Chicago. Yeah, man, I totally agree. I think one of the things, another reason why I would like to see Zion's free throw rate increase is because it stops runs. You know what I'm saying? It gives you an opportunity to stop runs. That's the benefit of a guy like a Ben Mathurin who has a really good free throw rate, especially for his position. Is because slows down things, allows you to set your defense in theory. Hopefully you're taking the ball out of the net and they're inbounding the ball versus them having a fast break opportunity, and it allows you to get easy buckets, well, cheap free throws, like you know what I'm saying, gets the other team in foul trouble, changes the way that they're defending. I think Zion, as far as his scoring and rebounding, if he could get back up to roughly 8 rebounds, that would be tremendous as well. Defensively, I think you're looking for a consistent middle of the road effort, like not looking for Zion to be a world stopper, because if you anticipate him having a higher usage offensively, then defensively it's probably not going to be as phenomenal. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be like solid defensively. You're just hoping for a consistent, solid effort throughout the entirety of the season. Now, one person who people might say is the second most important person on the team right now, arguably the second best player, is Trey Murphy. So we've been seeing some film of Trey Murphy working out. He's doing this thing, hit the ground running this offseason, seems to be taking it incredibly seriously. I'm interested in the world. Well, you know what? Let's put a bow on this. What's the best case scenario for you with Zion first before we move on to Trey Murphy? Is it all-star starter? Is it MVP candidate? What's the absolute most realistic best case scenario for Zion Williamson this season?
The most realistic goal is, I think, second team All NBA. I think I like Jaylen, and I use Jaylen Brown, and you brought up Cade, which I think was a great, name to throw out, because Jaylen Brown, while I think Tatum coming back kind of messed up his real case to get MVP, right? But even still, he was like 6th in MVP. So like you were a candidate, like people respected your game, but like just being in consideration for that, even though Shea was incredible, Joker was incredible, you probably weren't gonna win it, but people was like, who we should talk about? Right, Jaylen Brown. Like I
was pushing that agenda heavy. I ain't lying. That was my dog.
Just if Zion for a season was to be able to just have a case for something like that would be incredible. I don't think, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think the MVP talk is on the table. The team would have to, again, and we talking about it now. So like, as far as Zion goes, if everybody else overachieves as well, then I think you could have that case, because then your team is gonna be, bro, the Celtics were the 2nd seed. Like, they were the 2 seed. So like, if you're talking about the Pelicans is like a 3 seed, then it's like, all right, shit, we kind of gotta consider Zion. So for me, the 2 things I want most for Zion this season, well, I'm gonna say 3. And I think if he can do these, then I think he'll realize his goals. One, obviously, is the attempts, right? The attempts gotta be up. The usage and all that gotta be up, right? The minutes. In order for him to accomplish anything, he has to consistently be able to play 32 to 35 minutes a night. And we haven't seen it done, but this is supposed to be some of, you got Chris who helps with the recovery and the best physical shape. If Jaylen Brown averaged 35 minutes a game last year, and I'm not 2 completely different types of players and whatnot. Zion's a more physical interior player and whatnot. It's a little different, but if Zion can average around 33 minutes, I think we'll see the numbers. I think you'll see the impact. So for me, it's the attempts, the 33 minutes, like get the minutes up consistently, And I want to see him be impactful in those moments that we talked about, right? Like the to start the games, beginning the second half, closing games, and then I think you'll see the team be the best version of itself if he does those things consistently.
I'm just gonna say all-star starter because I don't think he would start on a bad team. Well, I don't think he would make the all-star game if he was on the bad team. That's just unless he was just incredibly individually dominant. But I just think I'm gonna say all-star starter because if he's starting on an all-star team,
I think he could be all. I think he make an all NBA team this year.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. I think second to third team is possible. Again, it depends on the team record because a lot of those things really are attributed to team success, which is like versus like all defense. You could, if your team is solid, you can make all defense, but you probably got to be good to be all NBA. So if he's an all-star or all NBA, that means things went incredibly well. Shout out to Shaq Zilla. I just started your question, bro, about the Mosley 6 seed. So moving on to the homie Trey Murphy. Now, Trey last year, to me, the numbers suggest he played better last year, but I don't know. I felt like the prior season, just watch the eye test for me. I felt like he was better the prior season before the injury. He seemed to really be trending in the right direction. Now the games played have been a bit choppy. Of course, last season prior to Willie Green's last full season, he had a devastating shoulder injury. But last season, Trey played 66 games, 35 minutes, 21 points on right under 16 shots, 15.9, which is really good. Almost 38% from behind the arc on 8.6 attempts a game. Stepped up his rebounding a little bit with 5.7. Really need to get that to 7 rebounds a game. Really got to get that to 7 rebounds a game. 1.5 steals, almost a half a block, just below 2 turnovers, about 2 fouls. So what's your best case scenario for Trey? And generally speaking, what are you looking to see from Trey this year?
I want to see Trey be more like, I want to see Trey from an impact standpoint first. I want to see Trey not allow himself to be like lost in the game. Do that make sense? Like I don't
both sides or
both sides. But so I mean, just like for example, I don't want to see there be moments where Trey allows himself to go without getting the shot for multiple minutes in a you know what I mean, in a game while he's on the floor. Like Trey can't be on the floor for 3-4 minutes unless the team is playing extremely well and him not be able to get an attempt up. You know what I mean? Like there were times in fourth quarters where games were close and we were like, Trey hadn't took a shot in the last 5-6 minutes of the game, regardless of what the reason is.
That happened in the playoffs too.
You get what I'm saying? Like even if it's physical defense, like you got to go get a rebound yourself. Like you need to steal it from somebody. Like Trey needs to consistently, in my opinion, to be the player that he wants to be, needs to find himself doing other things, like things other than the shooting, to make himself more impactful on the court. And I think that's when you'll see like the best version of Trey and what helped the team a lot more as well. And just from his offensive standpoint, not allowing people to just, put because sometimes when they take Trey out the game, they don't even put like the best defender on Trey. They'll put like the second defender on Trey and just be like, look, don't leave him. And then sometimes you just don't see Trey in the offense. He has to be able to like not allow that type of shit to happen. And if he can do that, I expect Trey to all his numbers to take a step, right? Like he's gonna shoot the ball, 16 times. I think he need to be honestly somewhere between like 18 and 19 shots a game. If like on this team.
Yeah, I think last year, I mean, we kind of saw certain things spammed a little bit last year with the
backdoor lob with him and DQ.
Well, no, not even that. Not even that. I'm talking about more so like the Sadiq Bey post-ups, things of that nature. Where it's just like, I would kind of prefer, Trey get the ball in some of these scenarios. But like you said, last year there was so little ingenuity and creativity with the offense. It was pretty much easier to just place a a safety on Trey. It's like, look, this stay right here. That's why I think right now one of the things I want to see Trey improve on going into the season, of course, be a rebounding and physicality and defense, is relocating. You know what I'm saying? Relocating and having the opportunity for the ball to find him. But some of that is the offensive system as well, for setting screens for a guy to free him up and fighting through screens. On the defensive end, I feel like we just die on every screen, bro. I feel like we just die on every single screen. We just like, all right, well, they got me, dog. So,
bro, I think they were, and I hate to say it this way, but I think they were allowed to die on screens because the scheme was
the heavy switch system. Yeah.
It's like I don't have to try and fight through screens. I was watching a game today. I can't remember which game it was, bro. DeJounte was trying to fight through a screen, and like he was just pissed off. Like at some point when people when you know a switch is coming, right? Like it just 2 games I watched today. I watched the Memphis game again. And then at the end of the game, bro, they knew you were going to switch everything. So it kind of like, we don't even worry about what your matchup is, like who you put people on. Because if we just run like a fake pick and like a fake screen, you're going to automatically switch out of it anyway. And people was just like, Jaren Jackson just was getting any shot he wanted. It just was super frustrating to watch. So like, because when you mentioned like the die on screens, it just kind of like hopefully not just him, but the team could just have more physicality on both sides of the ball. But it absolutely starts with Trey. And Les, and I pass it back to you because I know bruh. Hopefully Trey takes the thoughts of people saying he's not a physical player personal and comes out and tries to like, establish himself so that because reputation stick with you around the league.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so shout out to Cullen in the building, man. Yeah, so I totally agree. I think some of the things I see him doing right now as he works out, he's spending some time working out with Chad and some other guys, like high level, real professionals. He's playing basketball, you know what I'm saying? Bro, really out there hooping. So I'm hoping that he takes not necessarily from Chet, maybe some defensive tips, but I don't think you need no physicality tips from Chet. But I'm hoping that he's taking some pointers from the personnel he's working with. He seems to be trying to add some things to his game, as far as like getting shots off in the restricted area. I would just like to see him attack the rim a bit more aggressively, because he's a guy, he's not really strong with putting the ball on the floor. It's not really his expertise at this level. But he's a guy, to me, 1-2 dribbles, 1-2 strides to the rim, attack aggressively. You generate more free throws. Again, help you, kind of get into more of a rhythm when the jump shot isn't falling. Because I think sometimes with Trey, it's like when that shot not falling, he don't really have a way to get into rhythm aside from getting to the free throw line. So if you're not attacking aggressively, you're not going to really have an opportunity to get your shots off and find your rhythm and find your place in the offense. But I think for me, the best case scenario for Trey this offseason is a true all-star reserve. I feel like if Trey can become an all-star reserve this year, that means the Pelicans are doing something right. Because again, they're not just going to award that to someone on a bad team. That just hasn't been the case historically. So for you to make an all-star reserve team, I would imagine that you're having a productive season. Now, moving on to Saddiq Bey, right? So Saddiq Bey, I think he's a favorite player of a lot of us right now. Just, his tenacity and his ability to be available last season. That's something you just can't teach, availability. Bro played in 72 games, started 64 of those games, played 31 minutes, 17 shots on 13 attempts, 45% from the field, 36% from beyond the arc on a little over 5.5 attempts.
My bad, bro.
Oh, no, you're all good. 5 points. We're talking about Saddiq Bey now.
Okay.
5.6 rebounds. Not less than one turnover. So that's really impressive. Only about 1.3 fouls, average 17.7, almost 18 points. So I think we both feel like Saddiq is better suited off the bench just because of
spot starter.
Yeah, spot starter. Just because of his shot volume. Maybe he's like your sixth starter, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Just because of like, it's tough though to say it, because it's like, well, damn, if you do put him on the bench, that means you're advocating for a one shooter lineup with Trey Murphy being the only shooter, and it's going to make it easier to defend Trey Murphy. So it's kind of tough, but again, I think Saddiq Bey had an exemplary season last season. What do you think the best case scenario is for Saddiq Bey? Let's say, hypothetically speaking, let's say he gets his extension. Let's say the extension comes in less than the max. Let's say it's somewhere around 4 years, $75 million, right? Something along those lines. And he totally outperforms that. He goes out there and plays like a 20 million per year guy, similar to how he played this past year. But what are you looking for from Saddiq Bey this season?
No, it's really hard. Honestly, it's hard to criticize much of Saddiq's game from last season. Like he was a decent rebounder. I think that number could come up a little bit more. Like I think he's right around 5.6. If he can get his number in his minutes to 6, you know what I mean, maybe 7, which is kind of, that would mean like you're rebounding the heck out of the ball. I just think for Saddiq Bey, I think he needs to be, there's times for you to get into your bag to a degree. I firmly believe Saddiq Bey just needs to be, because he is decisive, but like more decisive, if that makes sense. Like
he needs not to hold the ball.
Yeah. If he can do exactly what he did. Like, I'm not saying that there won't be moments where, like, hey, if you got a smaller guy on you, you could post it. Like, you know what I mean? You could. We just can't run like sets of it. But he really just needs to be catch and shoot, and kind of get his offense like that. But I don't really have many complaints about Saddiq Bey, to be honest. You know what my biggest, if Saddiq Bey does exactly what he did last year, I'd be fine. Because that means he can spot. Like, sometimes you don't like, if he takes a step forward, that's fantastic. But I just more so need him not to take a step back.
Right. Especially if you get an extension.
Absolutely. Like his numbers are quality for
absolutely
for that amount of pay. And I don't even really say I need him to average 17 per se. It's just the fact that he was capable of averaging 17, spot starting when need be. Somebody goes down, was able to step into whatever role off the bench, was solid. Like, you need like quality plug and play players, like a guy who's just going to excel in whatever role. And most times, like, that's what role players are. Like, you need them to, hey bro, tonight we don't need you for 30 minutes tonight. The next night I do need you for 35. I just need Saddiq Bey to be able to do exactly what he did last year. But if I had to say 2 things I think that he can do, is not be a ball stopper to a degree. And I'm okay with you with like if you got a mismatch, do your thing. I'm cool with it for a little bit, but don't be a ball stopper. And then I just want everybody to be better rebounders. Defensively, he was solid too. He was a really strong player. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't get muscled around or pushed around or nothing like that. So I'm good with Saddiq Bey.
Yeah, I would like to see him take on a lot of post challenges defensively, because he's a really strong, stout player. But yo, man, we about to hit a quick commercial break. We got 70 plus people in the building. We only got 32 likes. We're going to run a quick commercial. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's get it up to at least 60 likes. Hit the like button.
Look at today's game. What are the components that you believe a team absolutely has to have in order to win a championship?
I think there are shooters, and then I think there are scorers. I think you got to score in this league, whether it be shooting the 3 or getting into the paint. I think that's you got to keep that scoreboard moving, Steven. You can't get stuck on 80 points and think you're going to get stops and win the game. So you got to figure out a way to keep that scoreboard moving.
Shout out to Joe D. What's it? 3-time NBA champion, 1 as an executive, 2 as a player. Shout out to Joe D, Hall of Fame. James Bird says Bey needs to learn how to pass out the double. That's another thing. Like, if Saddiq Bey could like pass out of the post effectively, that could really help you. So that's a really good observation by James Bird.
I think everybody needs to be better with their ball movement to a degree. Like everybody needs to have the idea of just kind of like that is a good one. Sadiq.
Yeah, Uptown Kid. Yeah, this is a good one as well. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that either. But everybody needs to have that ball movement kind of offense. Again, unless you Zion, Fears, Trey to it, and even Trey to a degree need to like more so be moving the ball, because if he moves it and then relocates, or like he has to be more decisive. But if they do that, they'll create much easier opportunities for themselves.
Now, I wanted to ask you this. We have 40 likes. We got 20 more to go. Let's keep hitting that like button. I want to ask you this before we transition to Herb Jones. Do you think, because as I look at the rotation, I think you got a really solid 10-man rotation if you don't do anything else.
Yeah.
Do you think they should lean into a Tim Thibodeau approach and be like, look, we about to play these 10 people all the minutes. Like we all get all the minutes. Like we ain't playing nobody else.
I ain't gonna lie. I would say 10 and like 2 possibles. Like Carlo being your possible, and like Bryce being your possible.
Okay. Bryce your other possible. Okay.
Well, I guess I guess it would, maybe you could say PV. I guess it would depend on who your 10 are. But
man.
So real quick, let me see. I do believe in these people are going to play. So you're talking about Zion, DeJounte, Trey, Herb, Eves, Fears, DQ. Yeah, Fears, DQ, Poole, Sadiq, and who's 10? I guess you could say Bryce and then say Carlo.
I would say Bryce and Carlo like kind of.
Carlo like 11. That's what I'm saying. I think both of them are kind of.
I think. Damn. I think Carlo is right on the outside looking in, but I think I could see a world where Bryce is kind of splitting minutes with Herb.
I can see that.
Yeah, I just think Carlo just right on the outside looking in right now.
But that would be that's a great point, because say what you want, when Thibodeau ran the Knicks and ran them dudes into the ground,
they made the playoffs every year.
They made the playoffs every year, were constantly able to excel every season and whatnot. And you can't afford, like, you want to get.
It's not the toughest team.
Yeah,
they're not the toughest guys, at least from what we've seen. Yeah,
but I'll say this too, that you gotta develop the toughness. You gotta develop the battle scars of, like, they don't know playing extended minutes. Like, you gotta put them through it.
Let me show you this, right? Because this is a perfect example of a lack of toughness. Right, this was just bad. This is a bad example here, right? And look, shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get the likes up. I came across this yesterday, and I was just like, okay, I never want to see this again.
As the ball knocked out of his hand, draws a double team. Cody swings it in. Where did he come from? Goodness.
As Carlo getting dunked on, that's DQ not moving over to stop the drive.
If anybody missed it, let's just show this one more time.
As the ball knocked out of his hand, draws a double team. Cody swings it in. Where did he come from? Goodness.
Got both of them getting out the way. See that? It happens, but DQ, you gotta just come over early. Stop the drive, come over early, bro.
Bro, the only time I think I've ever seen that, because I'm sure it happens, but the only time I ever remember seeing it was the Hornets playing LeBron James, and Tyson Chandler just like he just moved out the way. Yeah, LeBron just jammed that bitch. But yeah, like it gotta be some pride there. Like, you gotta put a motherfucker on the floor in that scenario. And shout out to Cody Williams, J Dub's brother. Shout out to him. Number 10 pick in that same draft with Jordan Hawkins. That was a very interesting draft. We was talking about that before the show. But yeah, there gotta be some pride there, gotta be some integrity there, man. You gotta go out there and take that challenge personal. Put that motherfucker on the floor next time, bro.
Yeah,
like don't let him violate you like that. So we're gonna move on to the bro, Herb Jones. I think we both agree the best case scenario for Sadiq would be a six man of the year candidate, right? Kind of like Keldon Johnson did this year.
I think this team has potential to have multiple, like, best case scenario, right? you could have multiple. I think for them to be where they want, they should have 2 people in the running for 6th man of the year.
Wait. I want to ask you who the 2 are, but I think I know who it is. But we're gonna get to his name later, because I think I know who the other person is. Okay, so look, let's talk about the homie Herbert Keyshawn Jones. So 56 games last year, 28 minutes a game. That's down from 32 minutes a game the season prior, because I got more people are healthy. 8 shot attempts, that's about on par for his career. Average 8 points on 8 shot attempts, 38% from the field, 30% from beyond the arc on a little over 4.5 attempts. 1 free throw a game. He only averages 2 for the career, so that's about on par. 3.5 total rebounds, 2.8 assists, 1.6 steals. That's still pretty high level. Half a block, 1 turnover a game, 3 fouls a game. So what do you think the best case scenario for Herb is this year? Do you think it's returning to that 23-24 form when he finished 5th in Defensive Player of the Year running and first team all defense? Do you think even if he was all defense at this stage, the offense just has to improve dramatically along with that?
No,
what's up, Jess? Shout out to Jess.
Good. So
take your time.
So because I've thought about this one a lot, right? And is his defense has to be, at bare minimum, has to be as impactful as it had been in previous seasons, right? Like, even if the offense isn't whatever, his defense has to be impactful. And this is what I mean by impactful. Herb was never truly a stopper, right? Like, in my opinion, Herb was never truly a stopper. The only player you can remember, like, Herb locking down, you looking at the 36% in the paint.
Oh my God. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was looking at the advanced shooting, like, by distance.
So Herb, it starts with getting back to what you do defensively, right? And I don't necessarily look at Herb as just like Herb gonna take somebody out the game. It's not that. Herb is most impactful creating chaos, right? I think in that the season where he was the in running for Defensive Player of the Year and first team all defense, man, he created so many turnovers, right?
Deflections,
deflections, he was blocking 3-pointers, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was able to look like a solid, not even solid, like a great defensive wing from a playmaker standpoint. He needs to get back to that at minimum to start. Right. So moving on from that, offensively, I just need you at 4 threes a game, bro. Like, 4 threes a game is the barometer. If you 2 for 4, you get a shot at 5. If you 2 for 5, no more shoot, no more threes. Right? If you 3 for 5, you could take another one. You get what I'm saying? So, like, at 4, we need to judge where we at as far as the shooting, because when he gets too many shots, it takes away from his time in the game. Also, he needs to be like the you know how Zion says, man, I don't want to take that shot because I feel like I'm putting my team at a disadvantage shooting the 3. But I know every shot that Herb Jones takes is a shot that Trey Murphy doesn't take. You know what I mean? So, like, he needs to have the Draymond mindset of, I got Steph Curry and so out here. Like, why am I going to shoot when that guy can shoot? And if he does those things, then I think he can be the most impactful version of himself. That's not to say we don't ever need him to shoot. The last thing I need Herb to do, you remember Herb used to at least be really good with his Euro step, right? Like, he used to get to the lane with his Euro step and be able to finish that. He don't really do that as much. I need Herb to be able to finish like in transition, like better decision making, finish in transition, more so to what he used to do. That's my expectation for Herb Jones.
Okay. I think everything you said is fair generally. I think also,
do you think it's within reason? Like it's available for him.
Yeah. I mean, people play lottery every day. So I mean, shit, who am I to say that, it can't happen? I think again, what I like to look for are the constants, right? Now, constantly Herb shoots around 30. Let's just call it. He's a 35% career shooter, with the outlier being the 41% shooting from the honor arc. I think it's a little unreasonable to ask him for that, right? Let's say he shoots his career average at 35% next year on about 3 attempts, because he only averages 3 for his career. Let's say he just hits you with his
1 for
average
3 a game.
Let's say he just hits you with his average numbers, right? 9 point, like his career averages, 9 points a game, a little over 3.5 total rebounds, gets to the line about 2 times, and gets about 1.5 steals and a little over half a block. That's solid rotational minutes. Now, I do think the 28 minutes a game should decrease, probably closer to about 22
to 25 on a good day.
Yeah, 22, 25 on a good day. And shout out to everybody in the building. We got 77 people in the building.
100%.
Make sure y'all hit that like button. Denzel, I see you, bro. I'm about to start your question. Peace and blessings to you as well, fam. About to start your question, big dog. Shout out to Denzel in the building. Yeah, so I think that I just think you want to give guys as little room to make mistakes as possible. I think that's one of the better things. Well, what up, Wealthy Few? Appreciate you, dog.
I read a comment.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I read a comment. Fist of the Black Star made a great point. I can't believe I forgot to make it, because I think about it every time. Herb rebounded.
Yeah, absolutely got to improve.
The rebounding,
absolutely got to improve. And to me, if I'm Mosley, I would tell Herb, like, yo, bro, the rebounding is really what's going to have to get you on the court, because and shout out to Uptown Kid. He said, in my opinion, Herb's wrist and hand injuries played a part in his underperformance. Hey, that's totally possible. Just
that shoulder injury.
Yeah, the shoulder injury, especially, right? Because I'm sure that affected his shooting. I don't recall if it was his left or right shoulder, but yeah, he's trending in the wrong direction. But it does seem like the offense seems like the outlier, right? That one offensive outburst was the outlier, but his constants have been, I'm a elite defensive player. You just don't want that to continue to trend in the wrong direction, right? Yes. I think even with Lou Dort, especially come the postseason, and I see you, CJ Rames. I started your question about Jaden Ivey. I think you just want to see him continue to trend in the right direction defensively, like reverse that trend. It would be nice if he could put on a little weight. I think it probably ain't gonna happen though at this stage, because I really need Herb to match Sadiq Bey's defensive rebounding, truthfully.
Yes.
Because you're gonna be such a low usage guy. Really need you, boxing out, attacking them boards, getting back into passing lanes. Now he is getting older, so he may have lost a step there, but I think for me, I see Herb Jones' best case scenario as maybe second to third team all defense.
But they don't have a third team all defense, so that best is second. It's just first and second.
Oh, what the fuck am I talking about? I'm tripping. Well, maybe second team all defense, and contract becomes tradable again. Because I just watch out to the home Louisiana Gal. Appreciate you, sis. Because I don't think the contract becomes necessarily a positive value as the money increases, but I think there's a world where it becomes a neutral. So I think the contract just has to become tradable again. That's where I would like to see happen with him moving forward. Shout out to Combat Jack. He said Thompson twins in the weight room. I heard somewhere Fisher. Yeah, them boys got them boxing gloves on. I saw them today.
Man, I think, and I'm listen. We're talking about the best case scenarios for the team, for
everyone, really.
For them to be successful.
He said 20 minutes. Round
down. What it boils down to is Herb Jones is your best defender.
Yeah.
Right. Like he's supposed to be the best defender on his team. You need to be able to rely on him to be the best defender, because what I don't want is people making excuses because it's like, oh, well, if we don't have a true big, or we don't have, at this point, we holding everybody accountable for doing. I just want everybody to do what it is that they do well. Right. Like if you do what you do, then you can progress moving forward if you're just the best version of yourself. If Herb is creating turnovers, right? Creating turnovers. And one of the big things that people used to talk about with Herb early in his career, where the offense wasn't really because he never, especially the first 2 years, he couldn't shoot much at all, right? But the reason you were able to play Herb is because he was a solid decision maker, right? Like he didn't really have turnovers, and he made the smart play.
Right.
So you can rely on him in those instances. I think as he's become, got a couple paydays now and like entrenched as a starter, I think he got a little
most hated,
a little further away from that role of like, look, I'm just trying to play defense and stick to what I got to do in the league. I think people started being like, look, man, we need you to shoot the ball more to be able to, justify this money.
Willie Green.
Like I need you to shoot to be able to justify this money. It's like, no, dog, I need you to continue to do the things that you do and possibly get better at something. Like if the year you shot 40, cool. But like now, like if you can impact rebound and still do what you do defensively and then just be reliable when they need you to shoot, that's enough.
Like for me, with some players, I'm like, I don't care if you never get better at things I'm not asking you to do.
Yeah.
Right. I'm never going to ask you to put the ball on the floor and do things. Like I was one of those people that was like, man, I would kind of like to see her handle the ball a little bit with the second unit. I'm totally past that. I was wrong. Okay. I can admit why I was wrong. So now I'm kind of like, yo, I just want to see you dominate defensively like you've been accustomed to doing, at least in the regular season, because we all know like certain things are going to change as time progresses. And also, look, man, we got 85 people in the building. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Let's get the likes up to 75 likes. We sitting here with a old measly ass 49 likes. Let's make sure y'all hit the likes. Hit the like. What you about to say, Al?
Nah, to be honest, I think where we are in his career, well, I think the best case scenario, shout out to Darren for this point, how long do you start a one-dimensional player? Yeah. I think you have to deploy him off the bench as a tool, right? Like Cam Johnson Cam Thomas like was coming off the bench and is like, yeah, bro, go score. Jordan Poole, you bringing off the bench talking about, hey, we need you to be able to just do what you do.
Right.
You can use Herb Jones in a very similar fashion. It's just kind of like, say, bro, look, go wreck the second unit. Like just go be a defensive menace to second units.
You know what I think? And shout out to Uptown Kid. He said Herb's a second round pick. People got to be a little realistic. Yeah, and I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think that's as it pertains to what you ask of him and how you value him, because he was second round pick. You're like, well, I can always get another second round pick. But I think also it's like, I always say this, once you get paid, everything changes. Like everything cool on a rookie contract, it might be cool on your second contract. But once you start getting them 20 twins, you got to start putting some fucking hoops up. Like you got to start bubbling.
You got to start doing something.
Or you got to be a psychopath defensively. Like that's the only way to really justify it at this point. And that's really been my only pushback with Herb on the second unit. It's like, I don't think he should start, but I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money to be on the second unit. And I don't know what he does on the second unit for this team. And that's the tough part. That's why I say my best case scenario for him really is just getting to a point where that contract becomes attractive to someone. I'm sure some people like it already, but just to get to the point where that contract becomes like, oh yeah, it's not a bad deal whatsoever.
I think if you put Herb on the bench, he's a completely different player. I won't lie. I just think one, what you're like the problem with him in the starting unit, right? And we talk about this a lot, is just with who he's been starting with, especially like this new version of the team that don't have Brandon and CJ.
I'm so sorry to cut you off, bro. Shout out to the Navy Chief. Yo, are you still in Japan, bro? I know I think they had the earthquakes out there. Everything good with you, fam? Just tapping in. Go ahead, L. My bad, bro.
Oh no, you good, man. Hope everybody's safe for sure. I just was thinking about like the 2 seasons that we've seen Herb at his worst, right? Was one season he played 20 games, but he got hurt. Everybody got hurt. So let's give him the mulligan.
Yeah,
right?
You got to throw that season out, yeah.
And then last season, Jordan Poole got benched. Fears is a rookie. And then Zion still don't shoot. And then you weren't playing a center. So it's just kind of like you still had.
Can I ask this?
Yeah, of course.
Just for the sake of David, just to play David Griffin's advocate, right? David Griffin's advocate. What they got to do with you shooting, Herb? Or what they got to do with you just wilding out?
He like him shooting too many, or like
just
not
like
shooting
you just
well.
You can't shoot like well.
So he never was able to shoot. Able to shoot. But he wasn't needed to shoot as much because we did the breakdown with the attempts. Yeah. Other people were more willing to shoot as he's gotten paid, right? And then you got Eves instead of JV for those moments, and then you got again Jeremiah Fizz, who's not CJ McCollum, and just those issues. You kind of forcing him more into an offensive role. Now, I don't think he should be, because I still think you can make a deterrent and pass the ball.
I only say that because of this, right? Like, so on his career average, he averages 7.8 shots a game. This season, he shot 8.5. Right. So it's like he's not like totally out of his depth offensively. I do think some of the things he was trying.
It's the attempts, it's
the type of shots.
Yeah, it's the type of shots. The type of
what
shots
are you doing,
bro? The
like
type of shots he takes now are completely different than in the previous seasons. He was mainly I'm catching it in the corner of the wing. Like he was a master at that. What is it? The right corner. Like he used to I think he shot like 40, almost 50% from the right corner that one year. Like because all of your shots were coming from the same spot. During that time. Now you see her pulling up. I seen her try to step back, and it's kind of like, dog.
There's some games. I think the first game against the Warriors, if I'm not mistaken. This is a positive show. I don't even want to go there. This is a family show. But no, I totally get what you're saying. It was just too much freedom. It was a little too much.
Yes,
like Birmingham Herb this season, and that's why it's good to have some guardrails up for guys, because you got to protect guys from themselves to a degree. And I think Mosley. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say this is why the bench protects him, right? On the bench, Sadiq Bey, that's offense. Jordan Poole, that's offense. Fierce offense, and you probably running it through Queen. And if you play Bryce, you know what I mean? Bryce or Carl or whoever, that's multiple players. That's like, you ain't got to worry about shooting it, dog. Like, we got it. And we'll create that wide open look for you, so you ain't got to worry about what's going on.
Now, to Darren's point, do you think he would welcome a second unit assignment?
We talking about people doing what's best. So I don't think anybody wants to go to the bench. So I don't think anybody ever just wants to go to the bench. But what I hope is that if everybody's having success, like Keldon Johnson didn't want to go to the bench, and then he won 6-man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
and he was a guy that was like, bro, you about to be out of here if you don't want to change something.
You know what I mean? And he had, bro, this dude was on the Olympic team and whatnot for a stretch. Keldon Johnson. So it's just kind of like,
Grant Hill was shitty. I don't know if that was the Grant Hill year or not, but Grant Hill was terrible.
I think he was on the World Cup team or something like that. But
go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, don't say you want to win and then not be able to embrace whatever role it is. I need to maximize the team. What y'all been doing has not been working. Everybody need to be open to whatever we can do to be more successful. Now it's just got to provide results.
LP, like, and there are some people that are willing to sacrifice. Like, for example, shout out to DeJounte Murray. DeJounte Murray say, I hope you fake coaches and GMs get what y'all wish. I hope they bring me off the bench. This man is willing to sacrifice, right? He say, I hope they trade me to Memphis, Portland, Cleveland, Miami, and all the rest of them places, right? So that's a person that's like, look, bro, if y'all could get a better player by trading me or be a better team by bringing me off the bench, I'm willing to do that. Like, and that's what we looking for. You looking for like sacrifice, people that's willing to put the team in front of themselves, people who concerned about the front of the jersey. People say if they won't. I know people take this personally.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I'm going to New Orleans. I remember when Hurricane Katrina happened, and I was like, man, I'll never go there. Straight up, like, this is a true story. And
yeah, and look,
like button, man.
Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Like, I think y'all need to get over that, honestly. So, like, shout out to DeJounte Murray. So DeJounte last season coming off of a devastating injury.
100%.
Devastating injury. 14 games, worked himself back, came back in tremendous shape, played nearly 28 minutes when he came back. So he was definitely in shape. 16 points on 13 even shot attempts. Hold on 1 second, my bad. 16 points on 13 even shot attempts. When they showing me Herb. My bad. But my joint did something crazy. Let's see here. This is my the Giants didn't hack my computer. 48% from the field, 30% from behind the arc on 4 attempts, a little under 4.5. 5 total rebounds, which is about his career average, which is really good for a guard, in my opinion. 6 assists, good for a guy just coming back, haven't spent much time in Borrego's system, really. 1.6 steals a game, 3 turnovers. That's concerning. Only about 2.5 fouls a game. So what do you think the best case scenario is for DeJounte, aka Iceman Ride 206, going into this season?
Honestly, I think because I was looking at, and I know DeJounte didn't particularly like it too much when he was in Atlanta playing off ball with Trey. But if you look at the numbers, and I know the second year Trey got hurt, a good bit of the season, but and he was able to, kind of be on ball a lot that season, but he did play off ball a good bit as well. He needs to play more off ball, in my opinion. And I think we'll get more of not 100%, but I think he needs to play more off ball, and then we'll get a better version of DeJounte. If you look at the Atlanta numbers, right, like his 3-point shooting has dipped since he's gotten here, right? Yeah. If you go back to the Atlanta numbers, he was shooting the last year 7 threes a game at 36%.
And an awesome clip, especially for him. Yeah.
Fantastic number. Like, if you can get more to that, which put him more in like a catch and shoot situation, right. I think we talked about that the other day where he shot 13 shots a game. That's fine. Just turn 2 or 3 in your middies into catch and shoot threes. And then just honestly, bro, just be healthy. Like he needs you on the court for however long you'll be here. And I think the team is a better team.
Bro, looking at the numbers from Basketball Reference, his corner 3-point percentage on if I'm not mistaken, I must be reading this wrong because this don't even look right. So I'm going to ignore this. But again, career-wise, catch and shoot, he's been a very solid catch and shoot guy just on his career. Like, one might say he's exemplary. Again, you love the midi. The corner 3 is the most it's the shortest 3-point shot on the court. Now, I don't know he would be thrilled with being parked in the corner, but I think, again, if it's like one mission, generally speaking, I think guys would buy in, especially if they're winning. You know what I'm saying? So, like, again, in Atlanta that year, he shot, like you just said, 36% on 7 attempts. That's not incredibly efficient, but the volume makes it good. Like, the volume makes that, like, impressive. Now, Parfoot, like, his career numbers, he's a 33% 3-point shooter, but I do think some of those are probably, like, off the dribble and things like that, things that you won't necessarily be asking him to do. So what do you think the best case scenario is for DeJounte this upcoming season? And shout out to everybody in the building. We got 93 people in the building. Let's get it up to 75 likes. Right now we have 54 likes. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe.
I think the best case scenario for DeJounte is to not look at himself as like, because again, man, you can be the point guard of the team, right? Like, we don't know if Fizz is 100% ready yet. So you're the point guard of this team, right? But that also means managing the team. You don't have to be on ball to manage the team 100% of the time. I think it's maximizing and making plays and bringing the best out of everyone else, right? So if that's the case, how I see him doing that, go back to the full DeJounte threat. Go back to being like a 14, 9, and 8 kind of guy, because he's a really good rebounder for, you know what I mean, for a point guard or whatever.
Yeah, very.
Can you go back to having like a full game worth of impact and not just think about the scoring numbers? You know, I understand that it's probably tough when you go from a couple years of 20 points and like, you know, he had 3 straight 20 point
years,
yeah. So it's kind of like, man, I'm a scorer, and it's kind of like, yeah, but what we need here is not saying that you can't score, because they absolutely need him to score, but can you do what was needed everywhere else on the court? Because they brought him here to be like, we need you to guard point guards, right? Like we need you to be a big defensive guard for these guards, get turnovers, get out in transition,
right?
Assist, rebound, all of those things. If he can do those things and stay healthy and just switch that a couple minutes for a couple threes, man, get a little more of his catch and shoot game, I think honestly he'll find the game with, because that's more so what Zion used to anyway. That's probably, you know what I mean? Like, I think he'll find the game come a little bit easier with this crop of players as well.
Yeah, and of course he doesn't have much time with Zion and Trey and Herb and those guys. Like they don't have much time on task due to the injuries.
Playing on ball helps the turnovers.
That would help the turnovers as well. I guess in that scenario, you're looking at more of the ball in Zion's hands, and depending on who's the starter at quote unquote point guard. Yeah. I'm sorry, at shooting guard rather. Who's starting at shooting guard? That would probably be your third ball handler, connector type player. It's going to be interesting to see how guys are utilized, and that's why I would advocate for someone like a Bryce McGowan to be that starter, only because a low usage guy, he's going to just defend and shoot, probably could be a connector type person. You're not really looking for him to go beat him off the dribble, like, you know what I'm saying, Bryce, go get in your bag. It's like, no, you're a low usage guy, and at the moment you shoot better than Herb, and you can defend just well enough to offset
Sadiq Bey's offense.
Well, no, like,
because if you're gonna start Bryce over Sadiq and Herb, it's kind of.
I would have to see, and this is like, it's gonna be a lot of egos involved here, like, and that's where it's gonna have to be some sacrifice, like DeJounte is willing to do. Like, he's just saying he's willing to come off the bench, but like, it's gonna have to be some real sacrifice, because if I'm Sadiq Bey, it's like, bro, look, I want you to get your shots. I can best utilize you with that second unit, because then you pull whoever y'all can feast. Whereas
that's
Bryce,
that's likely where you'll get your shots.
Yeah,
from.
Like Bryce might take 6 shots, and 4 of them gonna be threes. I just need Bryce to defend at a solid level. He's a solid enough defender. And what I was saying for is like, Herb's offense totally offsets his defense, right? Whereas Bryce, in limited minutes, a small sample size, his defense is solid enough to what, and his offense is like solid to good. So it's like, all right, this is manageable. Like, you know what I'm saying? He already has a good relationship with Zion for whatever that's worth. Like, you know, I don't really know what that's worth. But
on-court rapport matters, bro.
Yeah, on-court rapport matters. Like, knowing you can trust somebody. Because how many times you like, so the option is I kick it to this person in the corner who can't shoot, or I drive into these 3 defenders and try to see what happens. I'm gonna have to just drive into these 3 defenders. Like, that's how sometimes that's in the back of people's minds.
I also think if you have more consistent shooting, I think Zion, and this sounds weird because this shouldn't be the case. You should believe in your own work. But I think I think if you had more like quality shooting, like for example, let's say Bryce for Herb, right? Mm-hmm. I think Zion would feel less pressure to shoot a three because it's kind of like, dog, we will be able to make this offensive possession up. You get what I'm saying? Because like let's say this dude don't shoot, that dude don't shoot. Talking about like Herb and Ease, right? Herb and Ease aren't offensive threats. We barely could get it to Trey, or Trey gonna have to take a contested shot. And then as of right now, you could trust DeJounte sometimes to hit a bucket, but he's shooting 30% for three, right? If I'm Zion, I can't afford to shoot a three that I'm not 100% confident in, because the best opportunity is me going to the rim. Right? If
you gotta shoot that motherfucker though, Zion.
Yeah, it ain't no excuse, but I'm just saying if we talking about the psychology of it all, right? If I know, listen, I can shoot this one because next time down, I know if I kick it to Bryce, he gonna knock it down. Right. I know if I kick it to Trey, he gonna knock it down. I know, so that's kind of also part of when you play with better players, they build confidence. And what it is you do is like, I'm not worried about shooting the ball because I know Bryce is still good enough. We'll be able to get a stop.
And Bryce can get to the rim. He can like Bryce is a quality athlete playing transition.
Some other things that they provide out there where you not as like, it's like when dudes play on the All-Star team, bro. Like people be almost willing because everybody can do everything.
Right.
You just got more confidence in who out there.
That's why I kind of think like I do understand some of the arguments against someone like Ben Mathen, who's like, well, I'm more of a high usage guy. I need the ball in my hands to be successful. Even though my perspective is, as a coach, it's your job to get guys to buy in to a system, and winning has to be the priority, right? And I think with certain guys, they'll be willing to buy in. But if we're just taking people as they are at face value at the moment, I do think a lower usage guy who's just a 3-and-D guy. I'm talking about and like a real 3-and-D person.
True 3-and-D,
true 3-and-D. So shout out to Lonnie Lee. We said I like the mid-game lineup of Fish, Trey, Zion, Carlo, and Messi. We're gonna talk about Eve Messi next. Well, you know what? Give me your thoughts on the best case scenario for DeJounte. Then we're gonna take a quick commercial break. What are your thoughts for the best case scenario season for DeJounte?
Best case scenario for DeJounte is he comes back player of the year. He gets himself healthy, plays a full healthy season. 14-8-8, 14-7-6, something like that. Like just a solid and wins comeback player of the year. I think if Zion is doing what he like, if Zion and Trey has the kinds of year we want them to have, it'll be partial because DeJounte is having a good season as well. Yeah, and I think that's gonna look good. That'll go a long way for DeJounte and getting a contract extension and a whole bunch of other opportunities. So for me, I think the best case scenario for him is like, so you got to miss the whole season. You got to miss the whole season.
Oh wow! South Louisiana go.
The sentiment though. Yeah, the sentiment is there.
Probably most improved player, right?
I don't think you could most improved, huh? Can you at this point in his career?
They need a most fallen off player of the year award. But for me, best case scenario, 6th man of the year candidate. Again, thank you for your sacrifice. And that contract becomes tradable. People ain't like, he plays well enough that he say, you know what, I'm willing to opt out next year and just trade me somewhere that I already have an agreement lined up at a cheaper rate, because ideally he plays well and Fish plays well. Like I totally agree with you. I think for this team to be successful, guys like DeJounte and Poole are going to have much better seasons than they had last year. Zion included. Like the only person I can think can afford to play just as well as they played last year is like Sadiq Bey and Trey.
Yeah.
If they Bryce. And Bryce. Like if they just be as good as we were last year. But those three guys, they're gonna have to step it up a bit. And man. So I hope it all works out. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Hit that like button while we're on commercial break. On the other side, we're gonna talk about projected starting center, in my opinion, Eve Messi. And man, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
The New Orleans Pelicans will have a 15-man roster this year. Hi, I'm Jack Mattersnap, potential member of the media, filling in for Cheddar Chaz here on this special edition of the Locked In Podcast. Locked In Podcast, coming to you 7 days a week. No one else is wasting your time like this. No hot takes or drama or entertaining trade ideas or information about how the team can get better. Just bullshit. Water is wet. A pig is pork. Houston got the hose. Jose is from New York. Today's
Yeah, shout out to that dirtbag. Appreciate you filling in for us, Jake. But I'm Jack. Sorry. But shout out to Eve Meesey, the homie, putting in work right now. I think he's in Cameroon. He's been doing a lot of traveling this off season. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's talk about Eve Meesey. Now I got Eve penciled in as a starting five, bro. I got Eve penciled in as a starting five. I think Eve gonna shock the world. I think he's gonna be solid and he's gonna be better than people anticipate. Last year, of course, he had beef with Willie Green. It's like,
yeah,
fuck,
bro.
Really, like, who didn't?
No, bro, and it derailed Eve's season, bro.
It really did. It really did.
Do you think when a player like had beef with Willie, Borrego kept that same, like, Willie, don't worry, I'm gonna hate him for you too, even though you're gone? Because it seemed like he didn't
agree. I think
they stuck together on.
I think people was like, and shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I think it was more like I got beef with the staff. In the staff,
Okay.
like I was gonna say, it's a snaky game, bro. There's a lot of politics, like because Borrego, he was trying to cutthroat Willie, but at the same time, you carrying on his grudges with Poole and Eve. So it's like it's a snaky game. That's why you gotta just clean house, get rid of everybody. Look, you kick in the door, lay everybody down, turn the fucking fish tank over, get rid of everybody. Everybody gotta go. Everybody gotta go. Fuck that. So I do think there was a grudge held there.
Yeah, because Eve's minutes was very inconsistent.
Yeah, they fucked over Eve. So Eve last year, 66 games played, 14 games started, played under 20 minutes a game. 4 attempts, 5 points. He's just lobs and shit. Don't really get to the free throw line. He just had a down year all around as far as the opportunity. 5.8 rebounds, of course, 2.8 offensive rebounds, 3 defensive rebounds. I think Eve could really be a strong rebounder if he continues to put on weight and works on his technique. 1.5 blocks a game. It's pretty good. Only 0 turnovers a game. Now that could be a part of less minutes played. It was 0.8. 1.7 fouls a game. Could be minutes. But what do you think the best case scenario for Eve is, man? I think best case scenario, he blossoms into right now. I think if he blossoms into a Daniel Gafford, Cater type guy, I would be thrilled with that.
You know what I like for Eves to shout out to Mike, man. Me and Mike was having this conversation. If Eves can turn into a young Jared Allen, young Nick Claxton, right?
Wait, when you say young Nick Claxton, you mean the Nick Claxton we just saw or the one before?
No, like the Nick Claxton that they moved Jared Allen because Nick Claxton was doing a lot of the same things that that Jared Allen was doing. So it was just kind of like, we're not gonna pay Jared Allen. We got this dude pretty much doing the same things. And offensively, it's not like he was doing anything great, but I do think if he's the starting five, I think with Mosley's system, I know I'm a little nervous. He'll play a lot.
These would be elite numbers that Shaqzilla just put up. Shaqzilla, Uptown Kid,
I wouldn't be surprised if he
would
could
be
do that.
awesome numbers. I think it's very.
I was gonna say
awesome.
He could do like a double. To be honest,
I think
he could be. Yeah. I think he could be close to. I think he's gonna get 10 easy. To be honest.
Do you think there's a world where Eve be like, I can play 32 minutes? Do you think that world exists?
Can he?
No, let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. A world where it's like I can play 30 minutes well. I can be good for 30 minutes. Because that's a better way to phrase it.
Even if he could, I don't think that they will. I think he's gonna maximize at about at max 28.
Okay,
Max
I
28.
can live with that. I can live with that.
Yeah, like I can't see Eves being a 30-minute player with Derek Queen and Carlo on the team.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
You think so? What you're saying is you think that there'll be instances where they're not necessarily in two big lineups, but those guys are getting minutes at the 5 potentially.
Yeah, I think it's possible that you'll see. I think you have to try it at some like certain points, unless things are just moving so smooth with what you have. Like you have to experiment with it just to see what it looks like with your team. You know what I mean? Unless you just everything is hitting on all cylinders from day one. Other than that, though, I see Eves being now. I think Eves is very clear what his role is in the NBA.
I think so as well.
Become a more effective NBA player. So I think that's going to go a long way for Eves. I think he understands his athleticism a little bit better on the NBA level. So if he
hit that like button, y'all. I'm sorry.
Absolutely. No, you good, bro. I think he'll be stronger. Secure more rebounds. If he can become a better defensive rebounder, which I think he's going to take a step with his defensive rebounder and his IQ defensively. Right? Like I think, before you see him a lot more reacting to things. I think if we can his IQ would just take a slight step defensively moving forward, especially with Mosley kind of helping him out. So honestly, bro, 11-9. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 10 and 10. And then 2 blocks a game seem very realistic, to be honest.
That would be awesome. Like even with him having 1.5, I think if he would have got the minutes he got his rookie year, he would have cleared 2 blocks.
I think he'll easily get close to 2 a game.
So what do you think the best? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just thinking like the way he the energy that he plays with recovering and whatnot. Like, he recovers and gets blocks all the time. The 2 blocks a game seem very realistic.
To me, what's going to keep Eve on the court is that rebounding. Because if he's out there getting 13 rebounds every once in a while.
Well, listen, bro.
I don't mean averaging.
No, listen. If he averages, let's say he averages 10, but let's say every 4th or 5th game it's like 14. You know what I mean? Right. Like a nice. Man, if I'm not mistaken, Eve's got some games with like some high rebounding numbers.
Yeah, he got a couple.
So Eve's rookie year, he got multiple 15 rebounds, 14, 13, 13. Yeah. Like if he can do that consistently, right? And finish from the and just play well from that corner dunker spot, because he does a good job like cutting off of that corner, and then like if he could finish out the dunker spot, it'll be perfect.
You know what's funny? One guy, because I saw something Pelicans film room put out. Shout out to them. Christian Koloko is one of the guys. They both Cameroonian. Is one of the guys who Eve kind of admired and looked up to, as he entered the league.
Wow.
And Christian Koloko has a nice push shot, right? Eve, you're not gonna be asked to do this much. Eve got a nice little drop step where he driving. I seen him put that move on the motherfucker a couple times. But if Eve can develop like a small hook shot, little push shot,
Eve's got some speed when he drives to the he's agile. You know what I mean? Like driving
Eve's
to the
physical guy.
Yeah, like you see him drive around people, and like he was driving around big Joker. Couple times when they played and whatnot. He's got foot speed.
Eve, to me, is one of the make or break guys this season, bro. Like, if Eve can really show up and show out this season, that could pay major dividends. So I'm really counting on Eve and Mosley working in conjunction and just putting forth the best version of Eve Messi that we've seen. Because this dude, the talent is there, the size is there. we just got to go out there and execute, bro. Like we've seen it in spurts, but we got to see it consistently. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Do you think, because we talk about a lot of players on the team that could like take jumps, right? Do you think there's a world where Eves takes a significant step that people didn't count on, or do you think it's just not like really possible?
I think Eve's good. You know, with my help, he could be the best. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, absolutely do, bro. I think I take into account he has. This is not a person who grew up playing basketball, so most of the things he's doing right now, he kind of got out the mud and figured out for himself. But I do like the strides that he has made. It's just about doing it consistently and stacking days. And to me, that's been the issue with all these guys. Like they'll have incredible games or two, but it's like, can you do this consistently? Can you make this a part of just your arsenal? And I think with Eve, it's all about consistency. He got a good motor, not getting moved off your spot defensively, being able to box out strong, you know, having better hands. Might want to look into them ball hog gloves. You know, like, let me see, like, because you take just a peek at some of these things here, and it's, you know, it's encouraging. And they crack on. Not that. Not that guy. But yo,
he just had a hell of a highlight in Cameroon in international play.
Oh yeah, no, yo, he was balling. So what do you think? What are the positive things that Mosley can instill in Eve Measy? And what do you think his best case scenario looks like?
Discipline.
Shout out to E though. My bad, bro.
Yeah, discipline, like defensive discipline. Being where you're supposed to be, being there early, playing without fouling, just use your energy and your athleticism, and more like Eve. You can see Eve's possibly get more steals. Like you can be more impactful.
Get to those passing lanes, pretty much.
Yeah, getting those passing lanes. You know, like use your athleticism to be more impactful on the court, right? And if he's a stronger player, right, and we could see him become better in the screen and roll game as well, like I think that opens up a lot more for Eves also, if we could just see that consistently. So for me, I think Mosley's defensive system is going to help, and just teaching him to be more disciplined in what it is he's doing, and kind of give him a better idea. And that's why I said earlier that I think the IQ for Eve, you know, year 3, like this, bro, and year 3 is when you really start expecting your young players to like look like whatever they're going to.
Yeah, let's start taking that step.
Yeah, like to, okay, this guy's a real player, or do we need to move him?
Do you see any parallels between Eve Measy and Anthony Black potentially? I asked that because Anthony Black started getting like significant minutes this year. Like last year, he played 24 minutes, but this year, you know, there were a few more injuries, so he started more games. He got up to about 29 minutes. So, you know, that's 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Or do you and they desperately needed a guard this year, you know, an additional backcourt player. You know, Anthony is more of a Swiss Army knife, but you're talking about the Pelicans who desperately need a center, like desperately. Do you think there's a world where Eve is like, yo, we gonna make this work. We gonna give you the opportunity to sink or swim. Like we gonna make this work.
Honestly, though, I think Eve should come into camp with the mindset. I'm the best big here.
Right.
It's not close, right? And there's nobody on it like Carlo, a little different from Eves. Like they have somewhat similar skill, but they're still like different players. But Eve should feel like there's nobody on the team that can do what I do.
And bro, like just looking at now again, they got a bunch of big 6'10, 6'8, 6'9, 6'7 motherfuckers in Orlando, but Wendell typically played under 30 minutes, about 29 to 25 minutes. Like generally speaking, he was closer to the 29-minute mark throughout his career, right? And he only averaged roughly 7 rebounds, half a block. Like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't spectacular. He was very serviceable.
Yes.
Very, very serviceable. And they had a lot of front court depth. So whereas when you're the Pelicans, you're like, well, we don't have a ton of front court depth. So we kind of need to give Eve every opportunity because we got shit like this.
Knocked out of his hand, draws a double team. Cody swings it in.
Not to say that can't happen to anybody. Because
He's been posterized a couple times.
Yeah, Eve probably posterized. Look, when you're going for blocks, you're going to get posterized.
Yeah,
best thing you can do sometimes is with Derek did get the fuck out the way. Now, look, I didn't dunked on plenty of people in my day. So I understand it. I'm lying, but I understand it, right? So, but at the same time, it's like, boy, Carlo looked overpowered physically right there. Just like, damn, Carlo.
Just call Carlo slipping a little bit. I think Carlo had dunked on somebody in that game.
Carlo
as well,
baptized.
yeah. Carlo had dunked on multiple people.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I think Eve's the bigger guy, stronger guy. The shot blocking instincts are there. Like you said, he had some rebounding outbursts his rookie year, had a couple of really big games last year as well, in limited minutes. I think Eve could definitely do something, man. What do you think the best case scenario is for the homie Eve this upcoming season?
The best scenario for Eves, because I don't know if Eves is gonna close games. I'll be honest.
Who you think closed at the 5?
Oof.
Because Eve was giving Wemby the blues one year.
Yeah, but the only issue is when the games shout out to you, Bree. When the games get close down the line and it's like money time, you can't afford to have like 9 offensive threats. So like it depends on what, like Wendell Carter could hit an occasional 3 also. Like I'm not even asking Eve to shoot the occasional 3. Now, if he got his little jump hook or like, you know what I mean, like his little floater, then okay, it'll be manageable.
Can you afford to have 9 rebounding out there though? So that's the thing. It's like you can't give up no offensive boards either.
I don't know. It depends, man. But that's why this season is gonna be again the best case scenario for Eves is Eves does his work throughout the course of the game to where down the line you're like at least the 4 other guys you're not dependent on they're not depending on Eves for offense if that makes the case, and he's not a liability offensively for them. But I think Eves could be a double guy. I think Eves could be a double guy like that, and not just a numbers double. I think he could be like a impactful double guy.
I think Eve could be a closer. I think Eve could be in the closing lineup. I think defensively you would he's your best defensive big. I'm just thinking about
defensively.
I'm just thinking about so many times when I'm just like, boy, we could have got that rebound. If we could have got this, if we just didn't get blown by on the perimeter right there.
He does save a lot of that too. So like you go by people, it's kind of like, hey, you know, he might challenge you at the rim or at least makes you think about it.
And he got a crazy wingspan, so when he jumped, like I've seen him, like with that time we seen him block an alley or deflect the alley in the air, and it led to a fast break opportunity for Zion on the other end. And it's like, yo, bro, and we did see him get switched on the ant a couple of times. He handled his business there. I think, and that's why I'm counting so much on Mosley, bro, to just like, I ain't saying you ain't fucking Willy Wonka, but what I am saying is like, yo, if you can just maximize these guys and be a floor raiser like JB Bickerstaff is, and just like, yo, I can't make you the best, but I can take what we have here and push it to the limit. So I definitely think that's something homies capable of. Shout out to everybody building and make sure I hit that like button. Now we gotta get go ahead, my bad.
I was watching the fucking Memphis game, bro. Zion dumped it off the East pretty much for the win, and Kyle would block this shit at the rim. I'm just like, Kyle, it is cold, but Eve, those are the plays
that can't happen.
You can't let that happen. You got to either dunk it or get fouled, bro. So hopefully next year you can see more of that from him.
Uptown kid, so you taking a lottery protected first for Eve at the deadline?
No,
probably not for next year's
not
draft.
at this point. No,
Because at this point, fuck, I got my own pick, and
yeah, I'm not doing it at this point because I think Eves is a veteran player, not a veteran, but you know what I mean. Like he's got some years in. Like the rookies, you gotta like develop all over again, possibly.
I think Eve is clearly an NBA big right now.
Yeah,
and that's something to be said because I mean, fuck, we were starting Daniel Tice at one time. No disrespect to Daniel Tice, but
if Eve signed an extension, I wouldn't be mad at it. Like having Eves on the roster moving forward, even if he's not the starter, I think you like, all right, that's cool. We got one of our we got a rotational center. It's like having Gafford on the roster.
It's like can you be Okongwu or can you be? Because I think clearly, even if you never reach, I don't even know what the ceiling is for Eve, but let's say the ceiling is Jared Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think that's a hell of a ceiling. I'm like, I'm not even asking you to reach that. It's like, can you be like, I don't want to say Clint Capella, but let's say, can you be, if you was Daniel Gafford, I'd be like, 21st pick, that's cool.
Yeah.
He
could just be, there's a world where Eves is a quality player. Can you beat Mitchell Robinson for a little bit?
That might be a tall order. Mitchell Robinson, a big motherfucker.
No, I understand, but Mitchell's impact is
yeah. Oh, you mean impact? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you could be Cater, I'm like,
Cater, something like that. You know what I mean? Like if you could just be, you ain't got to be a 30-minute guy. Just when you on the court, bro. I just need you to impact the game.
Uptown Cat said Wemby's brother's in the next draft. I never seen this brother. His brother got some game.
I think he was tall too, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Whatever.
I like sports nepotism. I ain't gonna lie. At first I didn't. Now I'm a fan. Shout out everybody.
Elijah Arenas next year, everybody.
Yeah, he a future Pelican probably. Absolutely. Shout out to everybody to build it. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's talk about the most divisive person on the team.
This is
I guess he's the most divisive because he don't got a lot of tenure here. He don't really speak to the media. Real low-key guy, but he's had some extreme highs in the NBA. That's Jordan Poole, JP3, aka Poole Party, right? 39 games. He just got hold by Borrego last year. Pardon the expression. Borrego and Willie fucked over him. After game 3, it was bad. I went back and watched that Clippers game where he was just balling. And somebody had liked the tweet today. I forgot I tweeted about it, but they was asking Willie, like, what do you think about Jordan Poole's impact coming off the bench for this game? And Willie was like, nigga was all right. Like, he
went for 30 or something like that. I think you're talking about.
He was balling and hating on him. So this season, incredibly inefficient. Didn't really have an opportunity to get a rhythm because he was in and out of the lineup. But 11 attempts, 13 points, played 23 minutes, which is a career low as a veteran. Like when since he's been a veteran, that's a career low. Had some injuries this past offseason going into the season. So he averaged 13, 3, and 2, 1.8 turnovers, half a block, half a steal. Nothing spectacular. But he was coming off a good season prior to that. What do you make of Jordan Poole and what's his best case scenario? I think if he just gets back to what he did in Washington the year prior, you thrilled. Like that would be incredible.
I'm gonna just let it be known I'm biased to Jordan Poole, right?
Okay.
I'm a JP fan. I like them from Golden State, so I am biased to Jordan Poole. But taking my bias aside, Jordan Poole is divisive. People tend to like, you know, what's interesting? People tend to hate like players like Jordan Poole. But I think every team needs a player that's just.
Can I tell you? I talked to somebody close to like the Poole situation.
Yeah.
Can I tell you why they think that he told me that he think a lot of people be hating on Poole, and the ladies fuck with Poole. That's what he said.
They do, though.
I'm gonna keep it real. He said I think the ladies fuck with him. And people jealous of that. Now, that don't mean you should throw the ball off the fucking backboard and transition down 10. Don't mean that. But still, he thinks someone like what's the word I'm looking for? Just the out of nowhere. He was like, man, girls like Jordan Poole.
Bro, Jordan Poole, the pool party fans, they travel first off. You know what I mean? He's got a solid following on social media as well. Got a lot of talent in that following.
Cool people too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, they good, bro. They real good people. They were excited when he came. He was excited when he came here. Like when he left Washington, he was like, man, an opportunity to go compete. You know what I mean? It's nice to get back to, potentially winning and trying to create a new situation. But just from a game standpoint, I know people don't like the volatility of his game, right?
Yes.
Like that's basically what people don't like about it.
Totally reasonable. Yes,
and it's understandable, right? At the same time, that motherfucker is like literally can like no lie, bro.
Got some moments where he just
bro,
like,
he got like he got Steph Curry like moments. You know what I mean? Like he can have stretches where it's just like, bro, you could watch games last year and it's just okay, this dude, he obviously not the best. Like it's just an excitement level that comes with his style of play as well. But just from a production standpoint, I think his role is going to be more solidified, right? I think it's going to be more continuity to what they ask him to do. I truly believe, bro, that with the consistency, you're going to get the better versions of what you see from Poole. So I wouldn't 16, you know what I mean? 16.
You only saying 16?
The only reason I'm saying that is because I think the bench is gonna have a lot of scores on the bench. Like I think him and Fears, I think him and Fears are gonna be terrorizing second units, bro.
I think them two are gonna have real good chemistry, dog. I really do.
Bro, they're going to terrorize second units, in my opinion. If played together, because the way JP move and he's a good passer as well. And if Fears takes the step that we think and how he's gonna be able to get to the paint and kick and whatnot, and dog, there's moments where like JP could just, we've seen him 3 threes in a row. You know what I mean? And I just think he'll have more moments, more positive moments than negative moments.
You mentioned this as well, right? I'm gonna go with brother Shaq Zilla, say 18-4-3, right? I'm gonna roll with this one.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Now his
lowest scoring other than like maybe his second year was 18. Like he got his rookie year, then he averaged 12 last year, which was an anomaly, but he's typically been around 18 a game.
Yeah, he had 17 his first year in Washington. Now, I will say it does seem like his first years on teams are terrible. From Golden State to Washington to New Orleans, it seems like his first year is pretty terrible. Now, I'll also say that you mentioned this as well, for as him being more off ball. And shout out to everybody in the building. We got over 100 people in the building. Take a moment, hit the like button. About. Yes, and look, that's what you be saying, right? Get him off ball. And I think him being brought in to be the point guard initially, maybe that he only had 2 games to do it. Like Zion was out by game 3. So we really don't know if it ever could have worked. So you know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. Make sure y'all hit the like button. So your best case scenario, I'm presuming, for Jordan Poole is six man of the year candidate.
100% 6 man. Like I could, because he reminds me, dog. I was watching the game we played against the Knicks, right? People don't remember how impactful Jordan Clarkson was in that game, though. Like Jordan, like Brunson obviously like was killing, but Jordan Clarkson, when he got in that game, people couldn't stand in front of him. He was making passes, like he was just breaking down the defense.
Jordan Poole plays just like Jordan Clarkson.
That's what I'm saying. But players like that, you can't, like, bro. He could just get by. Like his confusion in the like the style in which he plays is.
I had a question for you.
Go ahead, bro.
It just popped in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather Kobe Buffkin or Cam Thomas?
Cam Thomas.
So but do you think if they came to Cam Thomas and say, look, Cam, we willing to give you a non-guaranteed camp invite today, right now, compete for a roster spot, but you might not play some nights, Cam. Do you think he'd accept it? Or his agents would accept it?
Was not guaranteed. Like you still get paid, right?
No, it's a non-guaranteed vet minimum, so we can cut you at any point during the season.
Well, I ain't worried about being cut. Am I getting paid?
Yeah.
Like while I'm on the team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Cam Thomas signed with the Heat?
I don't think that was real.
Oh, okay. I ain't saying.
I don't think that. I saw that too. I don't think that was real.
I said up now. Kobe Buffkin is, he has some good numbers from the Arc and the G, but I don't really see him playing much at all, even in the ideal scenario, because it's too many rotational guys right now. But I do think, I can see Cam having some ego issues, but it's like, bro, a bird in the hand worth two in the bush. You can find yourself out the league very easily as that type of player. So that just crossed my mind.
Bro, listen, I like Kobe Buffkin. Cam Thomas averaged 20-something. He's
capable of doing it, yeah.
Certified
bucket getter.
We don't like Kobe Buffkin had trouble scoring, right? Like he had trouble scoring in the NBA. Cam Thomas
To be fair, Kobe was injured.
He was injured.
Yeah.
Cam ain't injured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cam, oh my God, the volatility of Cam and Jordan Poole on the court at one time, bro. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? You have, can you imagine them practices? You would have, because, and I say that too because
they'll be tearing Herb Jones bright. They'll be tearing that second unit will be so destructive, bro.
Shout out to Bree. She said Cam Thomas and Tyree Easton from my area, their attitudes probably stink real bad. Look, one thing I'll say about Cam Thomas, from what they say about him, he doesn't come across personable. But it's like, would you rather a real motherfucker who look, man, I'm just here to do my job, or would you rather old fake motherfucker? I love to be here. Oh my God, thank God you traded me. And as soon as they leave, they talk about you like a dog.
Can you put the ball in the hole?
Because that's all I care about, really. So that just popped into my mind. I'm not saying
they would. First off, they wouldn't.
I don't think
they wouldn't. Fuck no, they wouldn't. But I'll say this: if they did, bro, imagine we talking about Ben Mathurin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand all of the things that Ben Mathurin is doing, but if you just change Hawk out for Cam Thomas, and you see those moments where you put Hawk in the game, though, if you put Cam in the game, he's going to score.
Now just to be David Griffin's advocate, right? Cam has had some efficiency issues, just like Hawk. He could be a guy that just at worst, he just doesn't address any of your issues, right? He's never shot better than, he shot 36% in year 3 of his, if he could get back to that number, 36%, 38%, his first 3 years in Brooklyn, that motherfucker was pissy. He probably started shooting more off the ball, though. He's averaged 22 35. 24 on a bad team, 13, 15, 10. Personally, to me, I think somebody like that is worth the risk. I don't care about people being personable because all that shit fake to me anyway. But that would be interesting. Bree said, Bree got the inside scoop. See, that's why you come to this show. Louisiana gal, Bree, the ladies be coming with the inside scoop, man. Shout out to the ladies. Say Cam went to Oscar Smith, which is the big sports school. I know he thought he was bigger than the program.
Was he? Did he break all the records over there?
Now that would be something. Motherfucker, this hallway named after me. It's crazy.
I just wonder if he was because I watched a video the other day. Somebody was talking, a dude on TikTok was talking about him playing against Cam Thomas in AAU in the 8th grade. It just was bro, this dude was a professional back then.
Right.
Just back then, you knew. he was
he going to
just shooting the ball and scoring the ball, bro.
That's another thing. It probably put some butts in the seats. I think because a lot of like also is like, you know, Twitter ain't the real community like necessarily. Some people just going for namesake. That's some people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she said, "Child, I don't know. I ain't go there." Yeah, like you know, they got us like we like the diehards, and they got some people that just like, you know, oh, who that is playing tonight? I'll go check it out. Like casuals, you know what I'm saying? So now let's move on to the bro Jeremiah Fears. DeJounte called him the future. Thank you again, DeJounte, for volunteering to come off the bench. So
he is
Jeremiah Fears, 82 games. 49 starts, 14 points on 12 shot attempts, 43% from the field, 33% from beyond the arc on a little over 3.5 attempts, 3 free throws, 78%. Got to get better than that. I did see him. He got to get better at the free throw line. Almost 4 rebounds, which is real good for a guard. So he pretty much,
especially a guard his size.
Yeah, very good. CJ was a good rebounding guard too, man. Got to give CJ some credit with that. Assists, 3.5 assists, 1.2 steals, which is good, half a block. 2 turnovers, got to clean that up. 1.8 fouls a game. What do you think the best case scenario for Jeremiah Fears is this season?
The best case scenario is he is as good as Trey this year. Like he looks like, I don't think he'll be like Zion level good. I don't think he can be that. Like that impactful, that dominant or whatever. Cam in a blender would be crazy. But I think Fears this season can get to like maxi year 2-ish kind of numbers. Or was it maxi year? I think it was maxi year 2 that took like a significant step. Because if he averaged 14 last year only on 12 attempts, I think his number. Again, he only averaged 25 minutes also. So if Fears gets his numbers to, Fears per 36, we looked at his per 36 the other day. If he gets around 28, I think he's going to get 28 to 30 minutes a game, to be honest. I think he's going to be your de facto. Shout out to you, Bree. I think I completely agree. I think they all going to be fighting for that 6th man of the year. I think Fears has a legitimate shot at like a most improved. I think it's gonna come from one of the rookies. Like the most improved is probably gonna come from one of the rookies from last year. But I think he has a true opportunity to do that. I see how I said I think Fears. I think Poole would probably get back close to around 16, 18, something like that. I think Fears would be somewhere around 16, 5 and 5, something like that. 16, 5 and 5 is a year 2 guy off the bench that's not starting would be phenomenal numbers for him. On a very high end,
best case.
Best case scenario,
I think you get to 18.
If best case
19.
scenario, he gets to 20 and you like, I gotta move DeJounte.
You know what? I kind of think him getting to 20 is realistic, honestly,
That's what I'm
because
saying.
I feel like if the Pelicans can generate enough offense early, right? I think you could find yourself in situations where the lead is big enough going into the final minutes of the fourth to where you're like, yo, Queen and Fears, go out there and do y'all thing. Like, and if you Fear, you already know Fears. If you sitting at if Fears is sitting at 15 points and he playing like the final 4 minutes, he like, all right,
I'm going for 20.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I like about Fears, and like thinking about this is like the best case scenario. Fears, and he showed this last year, right? Like he wasn't afraid of the moment, bro. Game 1 preseason, like he was off the bench scoring. He was doing a great job off the bench scoring before they threw him into the start lineup and was like, go be a fucking point guard. Like it threw the whole rhythm of what he had been doing. I hadn't been working on that yet. But this dude confidence going into year 2, you hear how he talking in the kill in the in the videos. Like he talking to Nikhil, like, yeah, I'm following you. You know, this how they do in the playoffs. And again, he was saying, if you remember the playoff coverage, man, we gonna be there next year and all of that. Like, and he's working as if I'm trying to be the best player on this team. This is my team. Like that's how
you're telling me how to win the league when you had the second worst record, bro. That's because we ain't had no big game.
They violated right there. Yeah,
I think he gets if he gets to 20 or close to 20. Let me ask you this. Everything is going well, right? Because again, this is the best case scenario episode. Everything is going well. Fears is dominating off the bench, but DeJounte is playing well in the starting unit. Do you change it up just to change it up? Like if he looks like
you define DeJounte playing well.
Like again, your team is winning. DeJounte is 14, 8-8 kind of numbers. The starting unit, like they found a rhythm. The starting unit is cruising. Fears and Poole, Bay, like they found a real rhythm as a true. Because remember the second unit back in when they were actually good, they just played well together. Like they were able to come in, change games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If this second unit has the chemistry, you winning games, they're doing what they do. Do you just, because they're playing well, do you change it and possibly upset it? Or would you leave him on the bench if he was around like 19, 20 a game?
I would leave him on the bench only because the better y'all play. I think in theory, I would leave him on the bench because I'm like, the better y'all play, the higher DeJounte's value is going into the offseason. Like if y'all make it to the playoffs and everybody just look decent, I'm like, cool. Like to me, that's better than like
even fucking it up and then DeJounte if DeJounte went to the bench or you started him next to
well,
DeJounte,
if he would be like to me,
doing.
Because I'm like, well, if you driving off the bench, I'm presuming right now it's because this y'all got a rapport. Now, if I put you in a totally different lineup, it could have just upset the whole ecosystem. So I would just I would just ride out the season with the understanding that next year, boy, you got it. It's on you. And I really do think if DeJounte had a really good year, he was like, somebody trying to do business, you know what I'm saying? I think he'd be open to declining his contract and going somewhere else, or like if he had a really good year, he's like, they say they'll take me over there and they trying to give me an extension. Can you trade me? I think they'd be open to doing that.
This was interesting. Fears plays like he is. I think at some point he'll be the starter, right? But his style of play is gonna be so beneficial off the bench.
Yeah, right now, yeah, definitely.
Like right now, because what they need from a starting lineup, I don't think he's going to be capable of being the best version of himself right now, and what they need in the starting lineup as well. So it's kind of like I really think that's part of what hurt the team a lot last year. Not that I don't think he deserved to start at the time of starting, but it's just kind of like he's not really a point guard or proven it yet. And
right now it's like a combo guard, like a
not motherfucker. Zion and Trey need the ball. Like Zion and Trey need shots. I don't need Fears being like waving off.
Well, I'll say this.
Oh, you better be cold. The rookies was waving off. No, they was waving off.
Well, I don't even want to go there yet. We'll talk about that next. But I'll say I don't need Fears and DeJounte taking shots away from Zion. If one of them was starting and had like a decent shot dive, because it's like sometimes the leopard can't change their stripes. Like Zion might not take 20 shots again. That just might not be who he is. So and somebody got to shoot this motherfucker.
He took 13 though. We need them 4 or 5. Yeah,
but I'm saying some of that's on him too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you only average 16. So like, so I'm like, if he not gonna take a step with the shot diet, I think,
See, that's we can't that mentality. We gotta get rid of that mentality right there.
Look, we got to,
right
but
there gotta go.
At the same time, it's like sometimes But no, this is the thing. This is the thing. There's the ideal world, and it's reality. It's like the reality is just like he just might not do it. Even if they kicking him in the ass, say no, you go do it now. Like you gotta go. Not that's gonna be the plan. But or for example, if there's a situation where damn, I can't beat this defender. Like I need at least one other. Sometimes you're gonna need at least one other advantage creator out there. And I think Fizz and Zion, as the season went on, they played really well. That's why I'm not really worried about him in that lineup. I just worry if it's him and DeJounte. Like, to me, it would be nice. There's way too many cooks in the kitchen. I think even off ball.
Yeah, I think even later in the season when Fizz and Zion did play better together, I think it was because he was coming off the bench. You know what I mean? Like, and that could be a part of it. Yeah, he was still able to able to come in and try to just do what he was able to do his thing to a degree, because he wasn't starting the game and having to because the thing about starting the game, bro, you can't start the game off trying to get yours when you're not the best player on the team, unless you're the best player on the team.
I think, yeah. Yeah, unless that or you just cooking these motherfuckers. I mean,
if you that's what I'm saying. Like if you just cold, spectacular. He would have to show that though. Like it would have to look like, boy, like for example, let's say he averaged 19, 20 off the bench. It had to be like, dog, y'all know if y'all played me 35 minutes, I'd be like 25 in this bitch. Like if it looked like that, like in games where he played extended minutes.
I think sometimes when some players excel off the bench, that don't necessarily mean that they should start though.
I agree.
Because you got like Jordan Clarkson, Lou Williams, Ben Gordon. There's guys who are more like even Jordan Poole to a degree. Like guys who just career second unit guys. Yeah. And not to say that Fizz is going to be that
second unit guy.
Yeah, not to say that Fizz is going to be that. But I'm saying more like like this year, to me, it's not enough shots to go around if it was him and DeJounte. Like if it was one or the other, maybe. If it was Fizz, I would still be a little more comfortable with that because my quote unquote like fourth option, whoever that is really going to just be parked in the corner and defended. Like that's why I ain't really tripping. I just can't have four options that's all gonna be shooting double-digit buckets. Like that's just way too.
He gotta. Much. I ain't gonna lie. Before I start him, he gotta show me though. I ain't gonna lie. Like he gotta do a. Excuse me. He gotta do a lot more than what he did last year from a point guard perspective. Because for example, as much as Maxey scores, he still can get players involved. You know what I mean? He still breaks down the defense and stuff. Like he's still a good team player. Like you can be a guy that scores a lot and still, like James Harden, for example. Like when Prime James, when he ran the point, like this dude was one of the most elite scorers in the game, but he still knew how to make players better. Like I need Fizz if you're gonna be a starter to get to you still got to be able to make players better, bro. That's my only.
That's what I'm like. For me, I wouldn't even I ain't truly even entertaining starting them this year. Like I just want them to go out there and score. Really, for now because
that's my thing. That's why I think off the bench is gonna be go kill everybody in front of you.
Yeah,
and just go kill everybody in front of you. And you can show your point guard game, because he's still gonna pass the ball and create and do all that too. But go kill off the bench, bro. He gonna kill everybody in front of him. Like he's already preparing for that.
Look, I have high hopes for bro this year. I think he's another guy that I'm just I don't know. it's a lot of fucking. I guess it's a good thing that you got several players that could potentially be in the running for 6-man. That's 3 players on the Pelicans that you can realistically, or he could be in the running for most improved player. But that's 3 players on the Pelicans that all got a shot for some postseason like accolades. Like really got a shot. I think that's why I think he would excel more on the second unit because. Again, like my starting guy is definitely going to be like my starting 4 guy is definitely going to be a low usage catch and shoot guy. Yeah, and I don't think
Think about it like this. Dylan Harper,
Cam Reddish,
and I think Dylan Harper is a better player than Fizz, right? But you saw how impactful Dylan Harper was off the bench.
Yeah,
right. Like for
especially us defensively. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So for us, imagine like a better version of Fears being that, right? And like Fox was an all-star. So it's not to say that Fox didn't earn or didn't play like a starting level guard.
Yeah,
like
he did.
They did, and they went to the finals with you know what I mean? With them playing that way. So I'm saying that's a great point to where if DeJounte is playing well, even if Fears is playing incredible, that just means your team has a higher ceiling, right? Like you should, if Fears plays that way and DeJounte plays well, y'all should be a playoff team.
Oh yeah, I agree. If both of your backcourt,
if your backcourt, DeJounte, Fears, and Poole all playing consistently. Well,
yeah, you should win because you could kind of certain guys you can pencil in for like 20, like you could you penciling Zion in for 20 plus, you penciling Trey in for probably like 20 plus, 19 plus. Everybody else just like if y'all are playing well, that means this is a very good team, and those teams really should be able to deal with opposing second units. That's why I say the Pelicans they're a funny team because they're not top heavy, but they got a lot of depth. Yeah, it's funny because you would like to just get a little top heavier in certain spots.
One like more quality guy.
Yeah, like
one more true.
Like this is a tall order, but if Bryce was, I'm trying to think of just a solid 3-and-D guy, bro, in the league.
Derrick Jones Jr.
If he was Derrick Jones Jr., that's a good example. If he was Derrick Jones Jr. and Eve was Daniel Gafford, you like
can Bryce be Derrick Jones Jr.? That's transition to Bryce.
He got the athleticism. Only reason I ain't bring Bryce up because he ain't got a lot of like history, but fuck, I mean the rookies don't either. So let's look into Bryce McGowan's real quick. Bryce he's a multi-year guy, was tearing it up in the G League, got into the NBA, unfortunately got injured this year. I think if Bryce would have played, they would have won more games. But Bryce,
I think they would have won down the stretch too, yeah.
Career 35% 3-point shooter, with this year being the outlier. This is the most attempts he ever had at 40%. But spent a couple years in Charlotte, had a skid bid in Portland, came to New Orleans, played in 42 games, started 13, 21 minutes a game, 48% field goal attempts, 8 points on a little over 5.5 shots, shot 2.2 threes a game at 40%. That's really good. Got to the free throw line at 2.3. That's really the value of having an athlete like that. 2 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 0.6 steals. Not bad. Got into those passing lanes. 0.6 turnovers. Got to work on that. 2 fouls a game. 8 points. 8 points on 5.5 shots. I think if Bryce is just
Bryce had a couple high scoring games last
year. Bryce had a couple 20-point games, like especially
20-point games. He had 18, he had an 18 point, 16, 15, 14. Like he had some
games.
Yeah,
if that dude would have kept playing, bro, he would have been like that. So they just put out a picture of they put out a picture of Fears and Darren Peterson. Fears at least be in good company. Shout out to Fears.
He be with all of the best people, though. He be with all the best people. Let me ask you this about Bryce, because I know you consider Bryce starting, and the reason you consider Bryce starting because of how he was playing. I don't know if Bryce will start because of the money, but I absolutely could see what happened last year, and you see Bryce playing significant minutes and closing games.
So what's your question?
No, I'm saying, do you see a world where he's like, I don't think he's going to start. I know you you're penciling or like you want him to start. But is there a world where it's like you're okay with him not starting if he's playing like he played, gets an opportunity to close?
Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get it to 100 likes. We close. We had 84 likes. Let's get to 100. No, man, fuck that. No, fuck that. Sadiq Bey or Bryce got to start because I'm like, there's no reason to start her, bro. It just ain't no reason. And I'm not trying to go there. I'm just like, yeah, I need a low usage guy that's actually a threat. Bryce can at least kind of beat people off the dribble. He can finish at the rim. He can flush on motherfuckers. He's averages about as many rebounds as Herb in like fewer minutes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not much worse of a defender than Herb. Like, to me, it's not that big of an improvement for a guy who's a total non-threat offensively. Now, if Cam is something, I can see them looking into Cam Reddish. I can see that.
I hope not.
I ain't watch Cam in a minute. That's just something based on like them just looking into like interesting wings. I can see that. But for Bryce, I'm just like, I just need him to catch and shoot, rebound, defend, get into the passing lanes. I need somebody that's just not a total nothing on offense. Like, and I say that respectfully. Like, I just need somebody that could run in the break. I need somebody like that, a low usage guy that could just, I need you to take 5 fucking threes. If you could take these 5 threes at 36%, get in the gym, I got you. Like, and it make more sense than with her because I kind of need, because I'm gonna need another low volume guy on the second unit.
You know who Bryce remind me of?
Who that?
When Josh Richardson was good in Miami.
I remember, yeah. He just retired today though. Shout out to Josh, aka 4 seconds. But,
when he was in Miami, Josh Richardson, cause he got his shooting together, was athletic, played like defensively. It took him some time. Yeah, it took him some time, but like once he started hitting his threes, he was a quality role player. I think he started for them for a while too. I can see Bryce trajectory. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
I wouldn't be mad if he was just like a version of like Kenny Hustle, like just a solid low volume glue guy type player, bro. Because that's all I really need. I need someone with that athleticism. Because we in the day and age where you're not stopping the opposing team's best perimeter player anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not stopping them guys. You're not stopping Luka. It don't matter who you put on him. You're not stopping Devin Booker. It don't matter who you put on him. You're not stopping Shea. It don't matter who you put on him. So the best thing you could do is make your offense as efficient and as potent as possible. I'm telling you, I would start Bryce because I can make more of an argument for like, I don't put no names to it, but I can make more of an argument for other guys being out of the rotation than Bryce at this point, especially if the money wasn't a factor.
Yeah. What I hope is, again, when they go into training camp and all of that, it's just best players gonna play.
Yeah.
Best players gonna play.
Do you think Bryce could be like, I'm trying to think. Do you think Bryce could be like the older version of Nick Batum?
Nick Batum like 6'10", but
Bryce like what 6'8"? Yeah. No, I meant for just the role, like the role, just catch and shoot, defend. That's why I think you said Derrick Jones Jr. Ironically on the same team, but I think that's a good comp to me.
I think he could do that, like off ball, catch and shoot, catch alleys, run. Yeah. I can see it. Woodball. You know who? I don't know. Dog, Etwine. Like, can he be Etwine?
Etwine shot a lot of middies.
Yeah,
and he taller than Etwine. I think he could be a better version of Etwine.
Yeah, I think because people be forgetting how solid Etwine was.
Yeah,
on that playoff team that went for like Etwine was cold.
Yeah, Etwine did his thing. Etwine was the midi and floater master. Like Etwine was like that. I just think
can he be as impactful as Etwine?
Yeah, bro. I think bro is really solid, and I think again one of the things that's really going. I remember Will Barton in Denver. Yeah. One of the things to me that's really going to help propel the Pelicans is if you get a guy like Bryce who can over deliver on that contract. Because some guys, it's not really going to be possible for them to over deliver because they make so much money.
Yeah, like
You
AJ Mitchell in OKC, like
he's totally over delivering.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can get a motherfucker that could just be like, man,
like Herb when you drafted him.
When Herb first 2 contracts over delivered. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So yeah, I just hope the politics don't affect this decision. Now another guy. Whoa, what up with you, Austin? Shout out to Austin in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Another guy that's gonna be real interesting and politics are gonna come into play with this a little bit.
Oh my god.
DQ.
Yep.
DQ. Let's talk about it. The homie
Yep.
DQ. Now, Derek Queen's coming off, we ain't got to talk about the pick and all that shit. That's been covered enough. But Derek Queen coming off an interesting season.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but was 40. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
DQ coming off an interesting season. Average, 81 games, Iron Man, pretty much. 48 games started, 25 minutes a game, 11 points on 9 attempts. 26% from beyond arc, 47% from the field. Got to the free throw line about 3.5 times. Shot about 80%. That's good for a big man.
Yeah.
7 total rebounds, 1.7 offensive, 5.5 being defensive. 1 steal a game, almost 1 whole block. 2.3 turnovers, 2.7 fouls a game. What is the best case scenario for Derek Queen this upcoming season in your eyes?
When you say best case scenario, like his best case scenario is he push Eves for the starting 5. It could be for different reasons, but he push Eves for the starting 5. Like, I don't think he'll be able to do it the way Eves, you know what I mean, is going to be able to win that job. But if he can truly rebound the ball, like he's had some high rebound games, if he could be efficient rebounder, I think that goes a long. I just think that goes a long way. I would like to see him start off on a bench and run the second unit to a degree, kind of help facilitate for all those scores that we talked about. I think that would help maximize his game as well. Just kind of get him and Fizz running that second unit. But I'm trying to think of like the what I think the best situation is for DQ, because there's a world where he is your starting 5. If he does what they asked Wendell Carter to do, right? He can do it. And if he shoots the 3, because nobody's expecting Eves to shoot the 3. I hope not. Yeah. I hope nobody's expecting Eves to shoot the 3. Yeah. If DQ shoots the 3, well, I think that changes things also. Like if he can rebound and shoot the 3, I think that even if he doesn't start and that's just something that he does, I think that raises the ceiling of this team a lot also. I think he's going to rebound well also.
Yeah, I think
he's going to rebound well.
Yeah, I think when we list all these names, I think that because it's funny, Jordan Poole just always gets forgotten about, right?
Yeah.
I think the opportunity for him to run the second unit, I think it kind of goes out the window. Because you got Fierce, you got Poole, you got Bay, and I don't know who else you're bringing in this motherfucker, but you got
the reason I say him run the second unit, because I only want the ball in Fierce's hands, like decision making, because I want Poole more off ball, I want Bay more off ball,
right?
So and at times I need Fierce not off ball, but like he can
cut, so dive,
the only other person I would want is DQ, top of the key, facilitating, just because I think it'll, let's say Bryce is on that second unit with them, right? Bryce or Carlo, whoever. But if that's your second unit, that's a lot of off ball cutting,
moving,
and you need those guys to be able to to do their thing too. Like I want to see Poole running around, running around like he used to. He didn't do none of that last year, and it just makes it easier.
Bro.
It makes it easier if Fears and DQ have the ball to be able to, he runs to the corner, somebody sets a screen, and you have DQ. I'm sorry, you got Jordan Poole, Bryce, Sadiq Bey, and Fears as options. It's that's a lot of people to pass the ball to that should be able to shoot. So that's why I say you could run the second unit through DQ, and you throw Carlo out there, sub Carlo for Bryce or whatever, and you still got a rim runner, athletic guy, and all of that stuff, and he shoots the three also. So that's just me I think that's the best utilization for him to show his talents, and I think that also allows him to earn his opportunity to play hard, deliver, and maybe work his way into a starting position.
I think if he could play like Naz Reid, that would be the most ideal scenario.
Catch and shoot,
just catch and because.
Naz even used to put the ball on the floor a little bit too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I think far as Naz Reid, maybe a little bit of, and this has been said before, a little bit of Kyle Anderson, Boris Diaw type, because I think if he can shoot, or even if he can become a really strong post player, that'll give you something that you were missing. I'm anticipating him getting 7-8 rebounds. But as far as shooting, if he can shoot from a decent clip, that means you got two guys that can realistically break down the defense in Poole and Fears, and you could kick out to Sadiq, potentially Bryce, potentially Bay, potentially. There's a ton of there's two advantage creators there, and if you got the other three guys that are capable of shooting in that scenario, that could really be something.
Well, when these practices come when they get to training camp, boy, that first unit better be on this shit, because that second unit look like they're gonna be you could just see a world where, boy, we about to bust y'all ass in practice.
Yeah, and that shit. The crazy thing is that's why I wish it was still training camp a fucking month. A week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, that ain't enough because you ain't got no chance to really compete. You got to start installing offense and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
I think it's definitely gonna be interesting. I think he gonna get the nod over Carlo. Sam Kim said, "Am I the only one who see the DQ and Franz similarities?" I haven't watched a ton of tape on Franz. Do you see those things?
Franz cool, son. Not saying that DQ not good, but Franz, I don't see the Franz is a taller, more. No, I'm gonna just say no.
I see you was trying.
I'm gonna just say no, because it's easier to describe DQ's game. It's harder it's harder to describe Franz's game, but Franz is just better. You know what I mean? He's better, but it's just hard to describe Franz's style of play, because he's tall. DQ tall too, but Franz is just better player.
I think if Derek can shoot that three proficiently, or become a dominant post player, because I don't really know where the room for the face-up game would be necessarily, but it depends on what offense they're running, right? So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. I do think, just based on what I've heard about them not being big fans of adding any more super on ball shot chucker type players. Yeah, that tells me that it's going to be, every lineup is going to have at least one low usage guy. So it's just a matter of which low usage guy, and they got to fit. So
do you think the thought process behind that is because they like the on-ball volume, not on-ball, but the volume guys that they have? Or is it more we don't want to upset anybody by taking opportunities away? Because you can you can not want to bring somebody in because it's like, well, I like what I got in Poole, and I like what I got in Fierce, and I like what I got in. You know what I mean? You could be like, I like what these players can do, as opposed to like, well, I don't want to bring in Ben Mathurin because he's gonna take shots away from somebody, and it's kind of like, well, no, you can just not play another person taking shots away from.
I think it's a medium there because like if you not trade, if Zion gonna be here and Trey gonna be here at this point, or at least it looks like that. Fears, of course, gonna be here. DeJounte gonna be here. Maybe Poole's here. So that's 4 guys like who all got, and Sadiq Bey. That's 5 guys taking double-digit shots right there. So you like, it don't make no sense for me to bring in another guy who like not just gonna be like shooting threes, like that's all he gonna be doing, because I'm like, there's a way to make it work. But
like you bringing Luke Kennard, it's like,
if you bring Luke Kennard, fucking Ty Jerome, it's like, well, I get it, but it's like I could just see why they wouldn't do it. I can understand it. I do think it's a way to make it work, and you take into account that, well, shit, Poole probably not gonna be here long. I don't know if Trey gonna be here long, and DeJounte probably won't be here long. So, like, you could be building past those guys. So, I think there's a couple different reasons why, but I think the main reason is that you don't want to take shots away from people, certain people, But
I can see that.
So, appreciate everybody building. Make sure y'all hit that like button. That's pretty much everybody that is going to be getting major rotational minutes, I imagine. You want to get to the star questions and get out of here?
Yeah, we could do that. The only other person is Carlo, but I just think Carlos, I think is going to do a good job when called upon.
Yeah,
I'll say that. And I think Carlo needs more opportunities. I think he'll take his opportunity.
If Carlo's playing, who you think that's bad for? Or who do you think that signals something isn't going well for?
Derek. Like it's gotta be or somebody that got hurt.
Yeah, to me it would either be Derek or Bey.
Yeah, or I could see Bey too, but or Bryce.
I think what happens. The only reason I say Bey is because he's like another strong rebounder who plays a lot of minutes at the 4. So I'm like, because I count him as more like he's a wing, but he's really like a 4 to me, like an undersized, like PJ Tucker type person.
Yeah, I can see Eves too. There's a world where Carlo outplays Eves.
If that happened, boy, I think we in serious trouble. I ain't gonna lie, because while I do like Carlo, I think call like Ryan Bowen type person. Like if Carlo just head and shoulders outplayed Eve,
I ain't saying head and shoulders, but I'm just saying like he could like the what we expecting from Eves is just different than what we expect from Carlo. But like if Carlo is the better version of himself, right? Like, bro, if Carlo getting up 5 or 6 threes and he's shooting them bitches at 30-40%, well, how he can run the floor and do all of those things,
I think it would come down to like who's better defensively and who's rebounding.
Yes. I agree.
I think Eve gonna win the defensive thing against all the other big men. The rebound
wasn't bad. Carlo got blocks and shit too, though. Like Carlo could do some of that.
Yeah, Carlo, all right. I think Carlo got a lot of bad moments defensively though, but like I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Like we're not gonna know until they play these games, but I would really like if they went got another big.
The upside is you don't know who's going to take a leap. You don't know. Like you don't know until the guys start playing. But because nobody thought Sadiq Bey was going to play as well as he played last year. You didn't think Jordan Poole would be as bad. Like that situation will play out.
Surprises happen every year.
Yeah, so like it's a real scenario where like somebody on the roster, you be like, bro, so and so is balling this year. And it could not be one of the players that you expected to be.
I'd be
like
so
Bryce
mad.
last year.
I'll be so mad if that person like this motherfucker balling and he just don't get no minutes. That's why I was like, I hope there's no political shit that goes on. But
like if Bryce out there averaging 15 when he played, but not playing Austin.
Yeah, boy, that would bother me. That really would bother me. But I hope that don't happen. Shout out to homie Benny with the 10 jewels. I appreciate you, Benny, in the building. Have y'all talked about the Ben Mathurin rumors yet? So my understanding, bro, I feel like the front office really likes him, but I also think there's some apprehension there, like especially if it's like a trade. I think there's a lot of apprehension there. But I think they would have to get him for a steal. Like if they were able to move Hawkins hypothetically, and they get Ben's like, all I want is 10 mil. I think they're like, well, fuck it, we got to do it. Now that depends on what the Clippers ultimately decide to do, especially if the Kawhi thing don't go through. But at this point, I feel like it would have to be a steal. And then obviously, somebody's obviously waiting on the other person, because if the Bulls have interest, and the Pelicans and the Bulls are the only two teams that have been quote unquote reported to have interest, and the Bulls ain't got them yet. Either A, you waiting to see what the Pelicans gonna do, or B, the Bulls ain't offering you what you want anyway. Like if the Bulls
cutting up,
if the Bulls offering you like $9 million, and you like, well, the Pelicans say they could get to about $12 million. I'm gonna wait on them. Like, if all you just be like, I'm gonna take the qualifying offer. I make $9 million already. I'm gonna just see. We'll see. Because Gary Trent, he had a wink deal with that motherfucker. He got paid.
I tell you what. I mean, one of the things about going to a team, like, look, if you take less now, right? I give you a 1 year. What if I give you a 1 year? Yeah, 1+1, bro. You get yourself extended. Signing trades, don't they have to be? Or is that only second April? It's got to be 3 years, right?
Every 3 years.
So you can't even do that. You gotta hope they don't match you.
Well,
because I give you a 1+1, and then be like, look, opt out if you play well. Take care of your next season.
I kind of feel like they don't even want to give him the MLE for the Clippers.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like they just like, if somebody pay you, go ahead, bro.
Bro, they're probably saving their money for when Kawhi come back.
Either that or like they
probably like, we can't do nothing because Kawhi coming back home.
Either that or they like, well, Kawhi about to be off the books, bro. So like we waiting on a post Kawhi, because even if they get Brandon about to expire.
Yeah.
So they like, man, we going big game hunting like the Lakers after all this over. So
true.
We don't want no long-term salary.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can see them doing that. Shout out to Darren Mix. He said coaching needs to create the pecking order so they know everything goes through him. Talking about Zion. Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's also time
100%.
for Zion to kind of gotta let him hang, dog.
Establish dominance, bro. Establish dominance.
Got to. Squallow says saw a 3-year-old workout video with DJ and Christian Coloco. CK at least not a cone like Hunter. Yo, I like Christian Coloco.
I watched this video, bro. He do look good.
Christian Coloco got a crazy wingspan, good shot blocking instincts.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You want to throw out the theory that we talked about the other day?
Oh yeah, well,
with the Hawkins move and whatnot.
Go L. You break it down to him.
Nah, it's just that's real simple. I don't think we making no moves. I think what the plan is, right? Cheap center, cheap guard. I think they find a way to move Hawkins. They sign Bufkin and Coloco, which allows them to make DeJounte and Herb more available. So now you have you essentially reduce your needs based on injury, because now you can start Fears. I got Bufkin as a backup. I can move Herb, right? Because now I got PV, Bryce, because I need to make room for PV. I need to make room for whenever Pierre time comes. If Pierre,
makes the team,
it makes the team or whatever. But now I got Sadiq Bey, I could start. I got PV, I got Bryce, all ideally low usage 3-and-D guys. And then I got a backup, another center to add to the rotation who had some promise before, injury or whatever. I think that's the long-term play. At least a play for this season.
Shout out to everybody in the building. Yo, we had 92 likes. We 8 likes away from 100. Make sure you hit that like button. I think Coloco would have the edge, even with Buffkin in the building. And this is the only reason I say that. It's because you if Eve go down, boy, you're in fucking hell. But I would like to see both join. Like I like the idea of taking a lotto tick or scratch out taking on both guys. I
both
think
non-guaranteed would be non-guaranteed deals.
So you could just move on if it don't work out. And also they did the same thing last year with like Jared Springer and a couple other guys. Them dudes ain't making the team at all, so there's something there. And Coloco, the only reason he's not in the league right now, based on me watching him play, the only reason he wasn't in the league is because if that blood clot didn't happen, dude would have kept playing because like he wouldn't have missed that whole year. Because dude was like, I ain't gonna lie.
I think listen, bro, you can find yourself again. You found a Jim and Bryce. And
my bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you found the Jim and Bryce. You find you gotta hit. Jose was a gym. You gotta hit on players like this to make your roster, and like you gotta find cheap talent.
That's exactly what I mean by guys like that you could bring in who could potentially outplay their contract. If you get a guy like that who could like potentially really outplay their contract, man, you living good.
Yeah,
you living good. You know what I'm saying? That shit all worked out. 100%. Shout out to Shaq Zill. He said if the Pels get the 6 seed or better, y'all think Mosley wins Coach of the Year?
I think
he'd be in the running.
I think he'd be in the running. I think it got to be higher than that, though. I think you got to be like full. Like you get you put this team as a 4 seed, bro. First year, I think.
And the team that everybody is like, what the fuck? You just got an F for the offseason.
The over-under is 30 games. Like, you 100%. If you like clearly in the playoffs.
Yeah. If you pull like a Mike Brown first year, boy, you're going to have a statue.
No, listen, if you mean like win it? Ain't no way.
No, I don't mean like, I say his first year. I'm talking about in Sacramento.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. 3 seed? That's a world.
I say if you was the 4th seed,
bro. There's a world because all they had. It's this the thing about the league. I
would do it if he showed some more passing ability because I know that's what Sham guy was trying to get him to work on. And that's what's like, you gotta be able to be the floor general in that second unit or whatever.
Well, there's another thing too. They all of those people that we talked about. All of those people that we talked about that shoot the ball and all of that, bro. Like you just only need to do it in spurts. Like you're not gonna do it for like long stints in the game or whatnot. And he was a lottery pick for a reason. So the talent is absolutely there.
Like when you watch him in summer league, you're like, you're clearly too good for summer league, clearly too good for the G. But are you good enough for the NBA right now? Like with the injuries, like. If he can stay healthy, we'll have to see. So shout out to the homie Denzel. He said, blessings, Chaz, and blessings to you, brother. Say question. Since Mosley knows what it takes to be a top defensive team, do you think weight training, lifting will be a focus of his, not letting players be easily knocked around? 100%. Mosley be pumping that iron, bro. Mosley be pumping that iron. Mosley be lifting with the guys. You know what I'm saying? Mosley, you seen him working out with Derek. I will say this too, the onus is also on the players. He can make it a point of emphasis, but you can lead a horse to water. You know what I'm saying? And we are genetically different. So other people don't gain as easy as others. So that's a thing. That's a factor as well. CJ say, is Jaden Ivey worth a look?
No. I think the injuries have done most of his game was athleticism.
Yeah,
in my opinion, he started figuring it out somewhat, but I just think the injuries kind of
who was the one that hurt him? Was it Cole Anthony?
I think so.
Damn, Cole.
Yeah. I think, and look, he ain't. I think just no.
Jaden's got a lot going on.
Yeah,
he got a lot going on.
Yeah, shout out to that brother.
But sometimes them dudes begin, they get opportunities. Denzel said, do you guys think it's possible that at some point 49-win season was a team reaching their peak because Willie was capable of getting them to another level? I think they broke up that team just immediately afterwards. Really, I think that was really the problem.
Yeah.
Like that team, motherfuckers just start straying away. You didn't sell high on a couple guys.
JV was gone.
JV was gone. Najee.
Yeah, technically you moved Dyson instead of Herb.
Yeah, you moved Dyson instead of Herb. Larry was gone. You just a lot of people like Herb got hurt in the third game or something versus Golden State.
CJ had the lung issue early on.
Yeah, it was just like everything that could go wrong for you that season went wrong.
Yep.
GSP said not too familiar with Mosley's temperament, but he kind of gives me Willie vibes. Is he known to coach hard?
No, I don't get the Willie. I think Willie is a very bad comp for him. I think what's your boy, man? I think Ime is more of a comp for Mosley, to be honest, as far as like temperament. You see Ime is a little more like outwardly aggressive, but as far as like holding people accountable and like on you about it, I think he's more of the Ime temperament. Like, dog, stop bitching. Like, let's get the work done.
I'm gonna say JV Bickerstaff because they partners.
I can see that too.
Yeah,
JV like that too though.
Yeah, like JV, like I know JV, like he'll check you, and I seen Mosley curse a coach out bad.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like they all got like that. Like,
and one thing I will say, I don't trust a motherfucker that overly code switches. That's a dangerous man. When you listen to Mosley, like he like, yeah, we're gonna play defense. We're gonna do it well. Yeah. We're gonna play hard. I'm like, this motherfucker being that bitch cursing down. Yeah, like you cold switching a little too hard.
Oh, you bitches is slow.
Yeah. Like nobody talking while I'm talking, so shut the fuck up. Like, God damn, coach. Like,
get on the line.
Who are the top center prospects for next year's draft? Are you familiar? Al?
Nope. I ain't the guy about it right now. I'm gonna start looking at it depending on how I see.
Yeah, the season start going. And
I don't want to put that out in the atmosphere right now.
You know what I hate, bro? I hate having to watch. Like, I always have like a second and third team during the season just for entertainment purposes because you don't want to watch basketball all the time. But I'm gonna be mad having to watch the Bucks this year. I'm gonna be so aggravated. I'm gonna be so aggravated.
You know who your second and third teams is already?
My second team got to be the Bucks.
Why?
Because we got the Bucks pick.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's what I said. That's the only reason I said my third team probably. I might watch Philly this year. I might have to check out Philly.
Yeah, to check. Well, they're gonna be on TV enough. You ain't gonna have no choice.
Yeah, now that's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. How they did that was down bad.
What you mean? I'm with it.
No, I think it's cold, but I think it's down bad because it's like, man, hold on, bro. I feel played if I'm like the Knicks or something. Like the Knicks just totally got bitch move. Like Philly, we in here.
You better win while you can. You know what I'm interested to see if they play in the playoffs, because you know the last couple of years, Philly, Knicks fans just dominated Philly.
Oh yeah.
To the point where it was like, yo, we ain't selling tickets outside of the radius because Knicks fans travel. I'm interested to see with the King in Philly if it's gonna sound like a Knicks crowd in Philly still.
Let me tell you something, boy. LeBron better have a strong stomach this year. LeBron and Jalen might be all right because they got a lot of the ox in Philly. But LeBron, boy, you're gonna hear some slurs.
I said, brother, King gonna be cool though.
LeBron didn't hurt it all.
LeBron fan, I'm not a Bron fan. I got Philly coming out of the East.
I can see that. They all the talent on that fucking team.
Not even just from a talent standpoint, bro. Brian left the East, straight finals. Gonna go back to the East.
Nah, this is not the same East LeBron left, to be fair.
It don't matter. He got the same kind of team when he was over there.
Yeah, well, this might be the best team he ever played on. Especially if Joel is still
is anything.
I'll tell Joel, like, look, Joel,
don't worry about it. We got the regular
20
season.
games before the postseason.
Yeah, bro,
20 games just so you can get in shape.
Get a rhythm, bro.
Yeah, get a rhythm. And come to postseason, we in there. Shout out to Nolan. He said Hawkins still on the team is disrespectful to the city. Yeah,
Hawkins about to shoot 40% from 3.
He said LeBron in the boule. Personally, man, I would like to see. I just wouldn't mind them waving and stretching the Hawkins deal, dog. I just wouldn't, bro. Because you saved the $4 million, get it over with. Like,
word is they're expecting Hawkins to produce this year.
That's the word.
I gotta watch what I say. I know because I know our show is known for actually dropping news. I don't mean that.
Oh, you joking? You heard that?
I was joking. I was joking.
I'm glad they didn't tell me that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was joking.
Ingram versus Murray trade. You know, if there was a trade where we could get neither player, I would be thrilled. Like send both of them to a third team.
Both of them out.
I'm with it. I ain't gonna hold you. They both clutch clients. From what I was told, agents typically don't like their clients being traded for one another.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, really? That's news to me. I didn't know that. Bird Talk say I like the new center they brought in. He talking about Koloko.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris I like him. Chris with the final question. He said, who do y'all think is going to benefit the most developmental wise this season under Mosley? My vote is Zion. I'm gonna say Eve Messi. Eve Messi.
I'm gonna say Z.
Zion. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say. You know what? No. No. It's still Z. Because I was about to say, I think Fears because of the Sham guy, but word is Zion working out with Sham guy too. Yeah. So I think it's Z. It don't feel right to say Zion. But
shout out to Squallow. He said, "Nah, fuck having that $7 million stretched out for 5 years. Joe need to live with it." No, a waiving stretch is you only get hit for about $2 million, so you would free up $4 million this year, and you would stretch like the additional monies over like this year and next year. Like you would stretch the remaining like $3 million over the next couple years. That's why I'm like, man, you might as well just do it. Shout out to homie Trey in the building. Yeah, man. But
let me ask you this before you close out, and we'll end with this close. What is if everything goes right? What is your ceiling for the season? Like as a team, record wise, how far they go? Like everything goes as best as it could go. Where do they land?
Everything goes right. Let me pull up the NBA standings real quick.
Got to get the prediction.
Everything goes right. I'm gonna say 5th seed.
5th seed.
Everything go right. I can see them. If everything go right for them, they got a chance to be as good as Minnesota.
Okay.
And Minnesota finished 6th last year. So everything go right for them. They better than Golden State, better than the Clippers. Blazers a tricky team. I don't know, but I'm gonna say better than the Blazers, better than Phoenix, and they're about as good as Houston and Minnesota. So they got an opportunity to be the 5th seed, and that's presuming everything goes right for the Lakers too. Because the Lakers remember, you don't got LeBron no more, so motherfuckers say what they want, but LeBron was still doing his thing. Still LeBron. So I'll say 5th or 6th.
Okay, you got to win in a series
matchup
because if you like the 5th seed, you probably play the 4, which will probably be like, I don't think there's zero. I think there's zero chance you beat Luka in the playoff series if they the 4. But
no,
you give them a chance.
I would give them a chance mainly because
Zion will be
no defense. Like y'all, like all they really got. I'm saying all, but look, this kind of how I feel. Like Luka really, like if Luka got to miss a couple games, they could find themselves in the play-in. But because Luka just so good that he elevates the entire team. I think they can beat the Lakers in a playoff series. Because I think it's all about matchups. The teams that will bother the Pelicans, in my opinion, are big physical teams. Like Denver would bother them. I think they match up well against San Antonio.
They just play San Antonio
now you
well.
got Dylan Harper and maybe not Rockets maybe, but they don't got Dylan Brooks no more, but maybe the Rockets. I think if the Pelicans get into the postseason, that's one of them teams you be like, well, I don't really want to play them.
Yeah.
Like unless you OKC, like, fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
OKC. Yeah, no, they too disciplined, too deep. Like,
yeah,
though, you imagine if Jordan Poole got hot. Like, that's the thing about the playoffs.
anything can
But
happen. Like,
the Jordan Poole give you, he just got it going one game, and on like one of them nights where Z got it going, and I only need to beat you 4 times. I ain't gotta be, like you could lose a couple. Boy,
I really do believe playoff risers being a real thing.
I do too.
Yeah, I do believe playoff risers and playoff fallers being a real
better
thing.
not sprain an ankle, miss a game or 2.
I think, there's a lot of teams. Like, one team I wouldn't want to play in the playoffs. It's like Memphis.
Oh my God.
It's a tough, physical, grimy ass team.
You'd be like, oh my, it's like that's probably what it was like playing Orlando.
Like this season, if the Pelicans walk through Memphis, I'll know that, all right, y'all
the physicality,
like y'all mentally tough now. Because physically you should be able to match up at this point. But the Blazers, another team, buku centers, big, strong size, a lot of guards. That's 2 teams that I'd be like, I just don't want to play that type of team right now.
I expect them to split with the Blazers. I think you should beat Memphis.
Talking about in the series, the season?
Just in general, you should probably 3-1 Memphis.
You better beat the dog shit out of Memphis this season. Because Memphis got a lot of like interested miscellaneous players, but they ain't got nobody that I'm like
Jeremy Grant and Edie is your best player.
Yeah,
and Boozer, you gotta see what he is and Coward, but that shouldn't be enough to like. It ain't enough.
That's like
it shouldn't be enough. Yeah, Jaren Jackson. People forget Jaren Jackson Jr. was like a real.
Yeah, he's a real dude.
That's an all-star level.
That used to give Zion the blues, and Zion still would like get his numbers, but he used to make it tough.
So, and he was shooting that fucking 3 ball.
Yeah, so I think everything go right 5th or 6th seed because I'm counting on Houston imploding at some point, or if they just stay who they are, I'm like that's not a very good team. So well, we'll see. But Al, tell the people they can find you at, bro. Shout out to everybody who joined us. Hit the like button. Tell the people they can find you at, big dog.
Always, man. Y'all catch me on YouTube, Pels in the Blender, or just say Davis on X, man. Anytime. Appreciate y'all for sure.
Yes, indeed, man. Pelicans critic, catch me here on No Pick Show. You understand me? I hope y'all like the new intro working on. It's a test run, so we'll see how it works. But follow me on Instagram and Twitter at CheddarChaz, CheddaChaz. And tap in with me, man. Hopefully some good news comes in soon. And I don't know, man. Maybe something will happen tomorrow. So hopefully, we hope. But peace to everybody, man. If I don't see y'all, make sure y'all have a safe, blessed weekend. We out. Peace.